And we're back. Hello, everybody. You know the drill. I'm Jay with Guilty of Crime. And come on in, guys. Happy Friday. Always happy Friday. Y'all know Friday is my favorite day. And then Sunday's my second favorite day. But y'all don't know that because I don't come live on Sundays. I walk around like a sloth all day. And I'm just like kind of, just moving around. Where's my food? All right, guys, listen, we're not going like deep heavy into this case. I just did that for you before this. My goodness. And cool. I'm glad you're here, Becky P. I'm glad you're listening. Justice for all the babies. Kimberly, yes. Edith, my girl Tiff, hello. Kel, how you doing? Joanne, the boss bish, and then Joanne. Mama Pearl's in the house. Love you, Mama Pearl. Liv Wade. There's a few people in here already, but thank you, Cool and Chris. Cool and Chris says, everyone buy Jay's book. You will not be disappointed. I'm laughing because thank you for saying that. She says it's truly amazing. Now I laugh because it's totally my personality. I wrote my book about myself and my life experiences along with graphics. And boy, you got to watch what you're drinking because you might spit it out if you're reading the. Anyway, Cool and Chris, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Also, she already got us started towards our goal. Thank you so much for the gifted Guilty of Crime membership. If you received a membership, please thank Cool and Chris. And then she's starting y'all off. Choo choo. Thank you so much. Hopefully, we'll get the buzzard in today when we see Leticia's face. She's lying. Try again. Guys, ladies, people, gentlemen, what's up? Happy Friday. We made it. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you real quick. I'm gonna tell you something real quick. And okay, so this is all video. This is all gonna be video today. We're not doing audio phone calls just yet because I need to fill you in on more of the case, and we have to go over, in my opinion, well, I'm creating it, right? So we're gonna go inside Letecia Stauch's overturned verdict. I'm gonna do just a tiny bit of analysis. Her first interrogation explained. Guys, I gotta tell you something, and I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but what's up, Saucy Skin CBD? Happy Friday to you. Much love, Mama Sage, Teresa. Man, you are the goat, Saucy Skins. That's all I gotta say about that. And my son really appreciates you too. All right, just saying. He's 26 years old. My daughter's too young for all that, but boy, does my 26-year-old like your style. Thank you. Drop your link if you would, or if you want to, whatever, and just put it out there. Everyone should go to Saucy Skins CBD. All right, Joanne. Thank you, girl. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you. I'm happy to say hi. Happy Friday. I'll get back in that mood in just a second, but thank you, Kristen. You the bomb. How do you buy a book? Oh, it's so easy to buy a book. It's on Amazon.com. It's like the easiest way to buy a book. I don't know if the mods have my link. I don't even know who's here right now. It's Friday. I came home, took a nap real quick, and then after I took a nap, I started doing my stuff that I have to do to get ready. I'm going to drop a link right now. The easiest link ever. I just dropped the price down by $10 so that you guys can get a copy of it. Also, I will take copies with me when we go to CrimeCon, and I will sign them for you. So if you buy a copy now and you take it with you, I will go. Oh, thank you, Kel. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I just dropped a link for myself. I was feeling I didn't want to ask the mods too much. Yes, I do. I have a lovely, beautiful son that's 26 years old, but I'm going to be 47, my friend. So my 11-year-old that I have I'm actually an older mom for an 11-year-old. Everybody else is like in their late 20s, mid 30s that go to school with the kids. And I'm going to be 47, man. So I got to preteen and then a 26-year-old that I'm hoping for grandbabies in the next 2 years from, all right? So that's that. Yes, I love my family. I wish I could share more things with you guys. I just can't. In the very beginning of my YouTube career, I overshared, and I thought it was cool. I had no idea, right? I had no idea. Had all my social media very open. And then I had some people come attack me and do some nasty things. So I took all my stuff down, and you'll only see me or my family if you see me or my family. But that's okay. Yes, they're a huge age gap. They're 15 years and 3 days apart. Literally 15 years, 3 days apart. Yeah. You see, you have a 28-year-old daughter and you're 60. See, my son's 26 and I'm 46. So, that's about the age. But listen, guys. All right. Welcome in. Just real quickly, I really want you guys to follow this cake. Thank you so much, Kristen. You guys rock today. Sometimes I'm like, I should do something other than true crime. But no, I'm going to bring true crime, and sometimes it's really dark and sometimes it's not as dark. That's probably the best we're going to get here. Okay. No, of course not, my friend. I'm all SoCal. If you knew me in real life, you'd know that I don't worry about petty stuff at all. I am hashtag not petty. All right. I don't. Deanna says I'm 61. I have a 36 and a 39-year-old. There you go. See? I have Mama Pearl here. Mama Pearl's in the house, and I won't give her age up, but I'm 46. We'll say that. So if she wants to tell you her age, she can. Man, you guys are awesome. The mini potatoes. I've got more of those laying around, but that came from Tiff. I also got big potatoes and all kinds of potatoes from the Madeline Soto case. Tiff will make anything for you. So yeah, Kristen, email guiltyofcrime.merch@gmail.com and she'll hook you up. I promise. Michelle, thank you so much. So much for the 5 memberships. I appreciate you guys. It's nice to have my normal little small crowd here where I can chat and talk. Mama Sage, thank you so much for the super sticker. Mind your business. Yeah, I'm not one. I don't get bothered by much. Even the people that come in here and call me nasty names, I'm like, delete. It's just like a game of gopher, where the gophers come up and whack, whack, you're out. Now you got to make a whole new account. All right, my girls are 15 years apart. I'm 64. Yep, that's what's going to happen to me, my friend. Jen's a gypsy. How you doing? All right, listen. Yes, Mama Pearl, show some love. Hit the like, share, subscribe if you haven't done so. Mom, I love you. Thank you for going to the store for me earlier. I appreciate you. Yes, Mama Pearl's age is definitely a gift. And you would not guess her age when you see her. All right, Kim, how you doing? Colleen, whack-a-mole. Yes. Guys, we need to whack that mole, Letecia Stauch. I call her Leticia. Now, today we're going to get into the first interrogation and the overturned verdict. But first, I have to tell you something. And it was by accident. I hadn't looked at this for a year. I didn't even realize I had it still. So I'm going on there to download my Ganon stuff, right? Ganon. I type in Ganon to find all my evidence. I type in Leticia. And what comes up? A 52-minute autopsy of little Ganon. Okay. Now, that just makes me even more angry and to want justice for this little guy. So I pressed play, and when I pressed play, the first thing that came out was him in the suitcase. Now, by the time Ganon was in the suitcase and his body was found, he was really decomposed, heavily decomposed, like a mummy decomposed. Right? Leticia put him inside of one of their luggage bags in the garage. When police were there, he was dead in the garage and they missed it. Now she took her family over to a softball tournament or something, and she dropped him off over a bridge in Florida. Now, when they found him, like I said, he looked like a mummy, but you could see all of the stab wounds. There was a gunshot wound on the like top of his skull. She overkilled this kid so badly. No, I found it in my archives, not Googling it, Michelle. It's in my stuff. I've been to, you know, I'm a true crime junkie. I've been doing this for a long time. So that's the thing is so I went from looking at that. Now his little hand was so clenched inside. She had him inside his pillows and a blanket, and he was mummified basically. One of his hands was clenching and the other one was already losing the flesh. It was basically bone. Then I got to the autopsy part and she overkilled him, guys. That's what I'm going to say. She shot him with the 9mm way too. I think it was a 9mm. It could have been a 380, but she shot him in the top of the head. You see this fractured skull as well because she got charged with blunt force trauma. His skull was so cracked, you can see some of the brains through it. And then 18 stab wounds. One of the stab wounds, guys, was right here in the side of his neck. Then they went all over the body into almost his groin area. So when you see this demon Leticia, no matter what or where, please put hashtag justice for Gannon and let's get her locked up forever because she's going to have another chance and she's crazy. All right. So yeah, thank you. I will not ever show those pictures, but like I said, it's not the web. It was on my own stuff. DJ's allegedly true crime, in my opinion. How you doing? Good to see you. All right, so justice for Gannon. Yeah, that's how I'll sum it up, and then we'll get into it. It's Friday, so we're gonna use, it's a lot lighter today. We're gonna laugh. Are you gonna take that hot pocket to the bathroom with you, fatty? Anyway, when you see her, you're gonna laugh too. Pure rage, absolutely. Rage, justice for Gannon, but demon. I can't think of anything other than a demon. Now, listen, I'm gonna set the stage for you about the parents. The parents had to see those autopsy videos and the video inside of the luggage bag. They had to see those at trial. They had to identify his body. I saw him just now and he was already mummified. I cannot imagine as a parent having to see that. So as we go through this case, I will throw in bits and pieces of like Al, his dad talking, and Landon talking. Pure evil. All right. Just absolutely evil. And thank you again, Joanne. So much appreciated. And Deanna. Thank you, all of you. Joanne, Cool and Chris, Kristen, Michelle, Mama Sage. Love you guys. Thank you. Rage, I think it's just more just like a demon. She's just a demon. She's like the devil. It's very close to home. Born and raised, Colorado Springs. Justice for Gannon. You got it. Now, listen, I'm just going to start off with this first video. For 2 minutes, you're going to see the original verdict and then his biological mom speak. And they're so excited that the trial's over. They had to see all the stuff. And think about the jurors. The parents and the jurors had to see all of this. And then we got to go through it again.
That has been heard around the world, you could say. Letecia Stauch guilty on all charges for 11-year-old Gannon Stauch's brutal murder. She, Leticia, will now spend the rest of her life in prison. Fox 31's Nicole Fierro has been covering this case from the very beginning.
Yeah, and she's the first person Gannon's biological mother invited over last night for an exclusive one-on-one following this decision. Nicole joins us in studio. Nicole.
Yeah, 3 years ago, I made contact with Landon during her darkest moments, learning of her son's murder. And last night, while our conversation certainly very emotional, she was happy to have the chance to finally speak out one-on-one with me, knowing Leticia's fate. Enlighten us. You know, what have you been going through? You didn't even know some of the things at first, right?
None of it. A lot of it I didn't know.
Yeah, I want you to realize this is Gannon's biological mom. And Leticia, the demon, she painted a picture of her very badly. Now, I'm not saying she didn't have a drug problem at some point or whatever, and that's why the children ended up mainly with Al. But nobody deserves that. She was friends with Leticia. And Al was married to Leticia. Yeah, you got that right, Mama Sage. And I don't know.
But that comes with a case. If people go through this, I would urge you to listen, because you're kind of forced to stay quiet in a sense, because that could jeopardize everything. And being a mom or even a family member, the only thing that you want to do is just get it out. And that's hard. 3 years, you just have to sit here and you hear awful things. People talk. What I've learned to know is the people that care for you, they know who you are. You don't have to explain yourself. And that's for anybody in general, is that be yourself, love your family. Stay close to the ones that love you. Fight like hell.
And they're going to have to fight like hell again. He was not autistic. He's a beautiful little angel. That's all he is a beautiful little angel. That kid, God, guys, he was 11. I just told you that my daughter's 11. Same exact age. Video games, iPads, friends sometimes, but mostly in the house. You know how it is nowadays. That's what he was doing. Nothing. He didn't deserve any of this. And when we listen to this first interrogation, you're going to hear her talking about how that day he got burned and all kinds of other stuff. But I'm going to read in between the lines for you and tell you what she really meant. And she told on herself. In this first interrogation, she told on herself. Okay? And you'll see what I mean when I say that. Hey, Sailhounds, good to see you. Midnight Lace. Hey, Jay, did you ever see the body cam of the police? Yes, I did. I absolutely did. Yes, ma'am. And like I said, Gannon's body was in that house when they were doing that. When the police cam was in there, and what got y'all we just need to get into it. But he was an angel. That's all I can say. He's an angel now, and there's no reason at all. I don't know what possessed that demon to do so. All right, so we need justice for Gannon. And he was 11 years old, a beautiful boy. Guys, he was born 2 pounds and some odd ounces. He was a little tiny baby. They didn't know if he was going to make it after his birth, and he fought and he made it. All right, I know. Hey, positive vibes, good to see you. Happy Friday. What's up, Foxy? Thank you for the gifted membership. If you receive that, please thank Foxy in memory of her brother, Christopher, that was gone way too soon. Thanks, Foxy. Good to see you. All right, let's get back to it because we have a lot to get into today. Let's just finish this off so you can see she said fight like hell, and that's what she's going to have to do. And also remember, those autopsy results or the autopsy videos, those went to the public. These people had to address that. They were very, very upset that those autopsy videos were out in the public at all.
Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Hold strength as long as you can hold it. When you feel like you're giving up, just pray harder.
Yeah, Landon and I talked about so much, over a half hour on camera, all a lot more live at 5, plus the entire one-on-one interview on our website right now.
Yeah, I'm not playing all those because that's not what we're doing today, but we will get to those. I just want you to remember where we are, 2026, for March 10th, 2026. And we've got Leticia is said to have stabbed. She did not said to. I saw it. I saw the report and him. Leticia stabbed Gannon 18 times before hitting him in the head and then shooting him once in the head. Stauch was found guilty in 2023 on all counts, including first-degree murder, murder of a child under the age of 12 by a person in a position of trust, tampering with physical evidence, and tampering with a deceased human body. All right? She's garbage. That's it. That's all. She deserves to be she's garbage. She deserves to be in I don't even know if the garbage is worthy of her. All right? I can't. I didn't even mean to run across those files either. I was just looking for my collage, and I was like, I should probably take a look at what she did to him so I can really make sure that I am on this justice for Gannon, because that's what gets me going, is when I hear about it, fires me up when I see these people and what they're doing. Yeah, absolutely right. There's no other way about it. All right, let's just quickly go into the legal analysis of the murder conviction overturned, and then we're going to get into a really nice. If you're not able to watch it, that's okay. But this first interrogation video, guys, it's full in color. I think it's probably like 1080p. You can throw it on your TV and see all of this monster. All right, so let's go.
The murder conviction against Letecia Stauch, the woman accused of murdering her stepson in 2020 and convicted, was thrown out. Today, the State Court of Appeals ruled the trial court made a critical error, allowing a biased juror on that panel. According to the ruling, one juror's son-in-law was a deputy district attorney in El Paso County, the same office that was prosecuting that case.
9 News legal expert Scott Robinson joins us again to talk about this. And I think right off the bat, I mean, Kim and I have been baffled by this, and we're not lawyers. We're not in the legal system. We cover these things. How did this get through?
Well, it is an enormous mistake by the judge, and it was compounded by the district attorney's office. They were taking an enormous risk to object to challenge for cause for this individual who didn't express bias, but because of the statute, he was impliedly biased, which means he should not be sitting as a juror. This is really a combination of bad decisions by the judge and the DA.
Now, huge bad decisions. I don't even care about what the court cost. That's none of my concern. If they want to spend those again because that dumb judge made a bad decision, that's on them. But after seeing what I just saw and realizing that 12 more jurors have to see what I just saw, and the parents have to live that all again, it's hard. Her interview with I know, we watched that last time. She's disgusting.
And a risky gamble by the defense lawyer who didn't use all of her peremptory challenges. Those are challenges you can use without having to explain why, unless it's for a racial or ethnic reason. And each lawyer had, in this case, at least 12 peremptory challenges. But it's something that should never have happened in a case this serious.
Is it on them to use that challenge, or can they take a chance and say, hey, we may get an appeal on this?
Well, so far their gamble has paid off.
Well, here's the thing. If Kim, what's up, and welcome to Guilty of Crime. It's definitely not confusing at all. The judge knew, and so did the juror, and the judge okayed it. Okay, so the juror already knew that he was related. It passed through. He told them. He was straightforward. Not fair. That's like saying it's not fair to be in court and to get found guilty. Here's the thing about the justice system. It's not fair. The justice system is not fair. You can get away with murder literally by just the defense attorney saying the wrong thing or the prosecution saying the wrong thing. That judge made that decision and he compromised this. Now, unfair, that's called appellate. That's an appellate. That goes to an appellate court. And there are appellate attorneys that are constantly working on cases like hers. So it wasn't the juror that did anything wrong. The juror was related to the court, the people in the court, and the judge approved that juror to go through. That's a judge's fault. When you get an appeal or you get a chance at an appeal and you find a piece of evidence like that, then you move forward with what's happening. Now, guilty's been overturned right now. The guilty verdict is gone, guys. She does not have a guilty verdict right now. Is she going to be released? Hell no. All right. I agree, Joanne. Yeah, no. The justice system is not fair.
It's important to note that this was a 2-1 decision. And ultimately, the Colorado Supreme Court will have the final say as to whether this was grounds for an appeal. But the enormous amount of grief and suffering and expense for a retrial based on this ill-advised decision not to kick off a juror who was by statute not supposed to serve on the jury, that's just inexcusable.
Yeah, I mean, that's the part that I just can't forget. This was the sweet young boy that was murdered, and that testimony was brutal to listen to, and I think you'd have to do a trial again. So this will go to the state Supreme Court for sure?
Well, they'll ask for review. It's called certiorari. It's discretionary. Less than 5% of cases that are or before the court are actually accepted. But because it's a dissenting opinion, and the judge who dissented was a longtime Adams County prosecutor, and then
Now he's talking about what happened. So I want you guys to understand that we're already 7 days later. They kicked him out. What the heck is with the crime crew mods getting stabbed? Wait, what? What are you guys talking about here? Farquhar, my opinion, there's no justice system, only a legal system that's very flawed here in Australia anyway. And you know what? It's like that here too. There's no, I could sit here all day and tell you guys justice for whatever. I believe we want justice for Gannon and justice for Maddie and justice for Sebastian. But once it gets to court, that's out of our hands. And what happens behind the scenes and crossing the T's and dotting the I's, we have no control over. So it's just how it is. Hey, Jamie, good to see you, my friend. All right, let's continue. Hey, Cheeky, how you doing? All right, we're about to get into the interrogation. I just want you to understand why this is happening.
A judge on the Court of Appeals and the chief judge, I suspect his dissent may be enough to tip the scales so that the Supreme Court decides once and for all if you have to exhaust your peremptory challenges to claim prejudice for a erroneous denial of a challenge for cause.
Do you think defense needs to be concerned in any way about the retrial? What happens in a retrial?
Well, on a retrial.
All right, so this is what you all want to know. Does the defense, should they be worried? Should we be worried? That's what we're asking, and then we'll get into it. Yeah, just a gypsy. Poor Jay. Sometimes chat goes off the rails. I know. Y'all are funny. Hey, Cheeky. Prayers for you. Just getting back from cancer retreat. Well, prayers for you, my friend, and that does sound lovely. Malibu is absolutely lovely. I hope you're feeling okay and doing well. Tony, good to see you. All right. The lawyer, also did a video about this, but because we're watching interrogations, I don't have time for it, but I will in the near future go over that video.
Actually, nobody wins. It's an enormous expense. The defense will have already taken their best efforts at defending the defendant. The prosecution will already have done their best. They'll have literally thousands of pages of transcripts to work on. I mean, the amount of work that will be required on a retrial is massive. But we have a system where you're supposed to make sure that the jury is legal and unbiased, and that people who shouldn't be on the jury aren't on the jury. And this is unfortunately the price that may be paid in this particular case.
Yeah, I mean, both sides have seen what each other's got for a trial like this, but I look at this and, like, in a dumbed down version of this, I mean, everybody talks about serving on a jury and why, you have to tell everybody why you might be. But when you're telling somebody that, I mean, I'm not a rocket scientist, but if I'm either one, prosecutor or defense attorney, I'm like, you're out.
Yeah.
I mean, just like that would be a no-brainer.
Exactly. You see how everybody's saying the same thing? Like, what wasn't that just common sense? That's common sense. Like, don't go step into a mud puddle if you're not wearing rain boots, right? So Leticia is absolutely not free, but the guilty verdict has been overturned. All right. That's what we're listening to now, my friend Jamie. It's the judge allowed a juror that was related to somebody in the court. That's not allowed.
To me,
it should have been an easy decision. The initial fault lies with the judge, who should have known better that this individual was statutorily prohibited from being on this jury. And then the DA, in insisting that the judge question the juror for bias, even though that's not what the law requires. Again, you can fault literally both the judge and the prosecutor, and depending on how the case comes out, might be in a position to default the defense attorney if it turns out the Supreme Court reverses and holds that that the peremptory challenges were not exhausted, and so you can't claim that you had an unfair trial.
That's the gamble you're talking about.
That's the gamble.
All right.
That's the gamble.
Thank you so much for breaking this down.
Sure.
All right. People do this all day long. There's appellate courts and there are appellate lawyers. And that's all they do all day is try to find mistakes by the side of prosecution. So I hope that helps. And Clementine, I always know how to get you out of the bushes, girl. You're funny. You're like, I'm in the bushes. Like, nah, I know what to say to get you out of the bushes. Hashtag Hot Pocket. Yes. Now we get to get into a little bit. I mean, it's not so heavy. Justice for Gannon Stauch. Let's watch her redo this and lie her ass off. And coincidentally, 111 just hit while I said that. Please say a prayer that he gets the justice he deserves and they don't have to do a retrial. We more than likely, Well, actually, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to say right now, yes. Right now, there's a retrial. Is it scheduled? No. But the verdict's overturned. So what's happening next? I don't know. I don't know. That's why we're going to. I meant to say, what did she do to that little boy? Did you miss it, or are you just saying? Are you asking me? Hold on, genuinely, like you want to know, or you're just? All right. So look. Couch detectives did a fantastic job with this. There's phone calls from prison. There's a lot of different places that cover this, but the interview of Letecia Stauch were so long, 4 hours at a time. So this was broken up for you, and it's going to just give a quick little recap. All right. Her first interrogation with the detectives. She's eating a Hot Pocket, and she's going to take it to the bathroom with her. And the interrogation person's like, "Are you really going to take a Hot Pocket to the bathroom with you?" All right. That's the thing, though. She doesn't need to push it forward. She has the opportunity to say something, and she's a demon. Why would she? Why would she? And if you're asking what she did to Ganon, just in case you missed it, and I didn't know if you're asking, like, just saying what she did and you know it, that's what she did. She stabbed Ganon 18 times before hitting him in the head and then shooting him in the head. All right. And then she stuffed him into a suitcase, put him in the garage, and drove him over to the Florida area and dumped him over a bridge. All right. And a lot more, because you're going to hear about it right now. What's up, little Miss Sharon? How you doing? The jab. Oh, God. I know, right? She's a demon. She's an absolute demon, guys. I was watching her video calls today, and I was like, if I start putting out the video calls before we get through some of these things, it just doesn't make sense to me, and I need it to make sense. All right, justice for Ganon. I know. It's very sad, especially when you see what she did to him. All right, let's go.
Letecia Stauch were pretty long, so for those that prefer to watch in parts, we have broken them up for you. The links to the other parts of these videos are in the description below. Thank you.
I am Letecia Stauch, which is Gannon's stepmother.
Now, we saw this. I'm not playing it.
You've been
It's just a
part
quick.
of the investigation since the very first time. You were the last person to see him. Is that right?
Correct.
What did you see when you last saw him?
Well, I'm not allowed to talk about anything with the case. I would more so.
All right, this is not the whole interview,
Combine.
and we're not watching.
Reports to authorities.
We're not. We already watched.
What we're doing here, hit that like button. Let us know that we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, go sub up to Couch Detectives. They do a great job with the definition of their videos, cutting them up, description and all that. I don't do any of that, guys. I go live. I throw some links for you. We make some pretty graphics, and then we move on. But they do a fantastic job. So go sub up to. It's literally at Couch Detectives.
Okay, enough rambling. Let's get into it.
If you are unfamiliar with this case, Letecia Stauch was the last person to see her stepson, 11-year-old Gannon Stauch, alive. She reported him as a runaway on January 27, 2020, and after weeks of searching, Gannon's body was eventually found in Pace, Florida by bridge workers. He was in a suitcase. Leticia made several different reports to authorities regarding the disappearance.
And that's where I left off, was him in the suitcase and the autopsy report. And guys, he was completely mummified by then. It was decomposed, really, but mummified. There was no fluids or any of that. But I got to tell you something else to make it even worse. He had drugs in his system. She was giving him painkillers. So you remember how he was all burnt up, how she said he was burnt? If you don't remember, it's okay. You're going to hear about it. His hands got burnt, or he got burnt by a candle. They found, I believe, it was the active ingredient to Norco or Vicodin or some kind of painkiller. All right. So they found drugs in his system. Who knows how long she'd been doing that to him? What if she was the one? Now, he always had stomach pains, guys. He had stomach pains. As a matter of fact, you're going to hear her talk about how he pooped his pants. 11 years old, pooped his pants while they're out on a hiking trail. And the reason she took him out on the hiking trail was because he was in trouble and he couldn't have his video game. Now, I imagine that he was in trouble all the time because of her gaslighting him. I don't think Ganon did anything at all. Okay. But she tells the detectives about him pooping his pants. I bet you She was the one feeding him. She was the caretaker. How do you want to bet that she wasn't putting stuff in his food to make him sick, poisoning him, and doing just nasty shit to that kid? I mean, that's what she did with the hike. She made him do the hike because he was in trouble. For what? For her burning him and then giving him drugs? I just don't get it. That's how evil she is. Yes, thank you, Joanne. All right, let's go.
Appearance of Ganon, including a kidnapping, a bike accident, him running away. In this interview, you will hear a few of those stories out of her mouth. This is the first police interrogation of Letecia Stauch. It takes place at the El Paso County Sheriff's Office in Colorado. You will notice that she's in a different kind of room here. This room is primarily for questioning witnesses and victims, and Leticia was mostly considered to be both or one of those things at the time. Before we get started, let's have a moment of silence for the victim in this case.
And they do that as well. That's fantastic. You see, go someone.
There you go. Nothing that's gonna like poke me or anything. Like you're not diabetic or anything, are you? Okay.
Yep.
Phone.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Anything in your purse? Okay. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. All right. If you just want to have a seat on the couch, we'll be right back with you. Okay. See. Hey. How you doing?
Yeah.
Did you get some sleep?
I haven't eaten today.
Oh my goodness. Do you want something to eat? I've got some stuff.
I would love that.
What would you
She's in there smiling and happy. Now, I want you to realize they're trying to trick her. All right. Yeah, she was setting him up all the time, Becky P. They're tricking her. She's making herself the victim in this case. We've seen it. We saw the interview, the one that came up first. We saw that the last time. Me. The detectives are onto her, guys. They just don't know where the body is. I want you to realize that Gannon's room was the crime scene. If you didn't realize that, she killed Gannon in his room. Now, when they did the trial and they took it apart, guys, there was actually blood splatters all over the wall by his bed. They removed it. There was blood in the mattress. We didn't see any of that. Or maybe we did, but I didn't see it with you. So I want you to realize that. And Foxy, if you're going to give lesbian jokes, at least drop my link of reason 111 why I'm gay. Come on. If you're going to have a joke about lesbians, throw a link in there. For the love of God. Yes, there's plenty of jokes. All right. Biomom didn't have the money to fight for custody. Well, she didn't need to fight for custody at the time. Her and Al were good. She was even friends with Leticia. Leticia was friends with her through softball. Okay, that she was actually Landon's friend. All right, I want you to realize that. All right, let's continue. She's all greasy in this video, by the way, and disgusting. And she's smiling. Gannon's missing. They're looking for him feverishly, and she's smiling. Let's set that tone.
like? I've got some pizza hot pockets and some tamales and a breakfast burrito.
Yeah, pizza hot pockets would be good, but I mean, you don't have to wait.
No, we can get you something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah. Let me get that started for you. I have like Coke and Sprite and like apple juice. Do you want something like that?
Do you have diet?
We searched high and low
Okay,
for
I'll
diet,
just take
and there's no diet.
I'll take a regular Coke. Thank you.
All the vending machines are even sold out.
Thank you so much for getting that.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's my card, just so you have it, so I don't forget later. And I'll get that done. Okay. So that's my partner, Detective Houston. I know you saw Mark with me yesterday. Right. I work with a couple different people.
Okay. So you're like in charge of.
No, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm in charge. Yeah. It's just, we all pitch in and help out where we can. So Mark helps me whenever I'm out and about, and Kat helps me whenever I'm here.
Right.
So she's going to be hanging out with us. And I also have something going on. So if this ends up going over, which is totally fine, I just want you to know who Kat is and that. Okay.
No problem.
Where did you park? Did you park in the garage? Mm-hmm. The garage is right behind our building.
I got a parking ticket. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you don't need to worry about your parking ticket, my friend. You're going to be, well, you're not my friend, you demon bitch. You know what I'm going to do real quick? It's only 52 seconds since Deb, you know, you're my girl. I'm going to play what she did in the cop car. It's only a minute. I showed you guys last time. This just solidifies that she's a demon to anyone and everyone. She tries, watch what she does. I'm not even going to tell you. We're just going to watch it and then we're going to come right back to this video. Okay. Okay. Deal. Thanks. Yeah. Okay. I'm talking to myself now. All right. And that's why you guys like me, because I'm a goofball. All right. Check this out. This is what she does. She's being extradited back to Colorado. Okay. They had to extradite her. She drove over to Florida. I don't know what this monster was doing. I want to call her much more names than that. All right. Check it out, guys, because I'm only going to play it once, maybe twice. This is her being transported back or extradited. All right. Watch this demon. I know.
She keeps threatening me. Stop. Oh, she keeps threatening me.
Thank you, Grizzly True Crime. So she attacked the officer that was next to her that she was being transported with. She got out of her handcuffs. She looked like she turned into the devil, and then she attacked her. And then obviously she lied and said that she wouldn't leave her alone. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Yeah, exactly. Evil AF, man. Disgusting. You're very welcome, Deb. You know I got your back. All you guys, I got your back. And yeah, I never really did talk to myself. You're right. Sadie's mama and Carly have been here since day one. So even when I was filming and I didn't have y'all as an audience, they sat there cheering me on. Come on, Jay. Just a few more hours. Let's go. All right. I'd like to cry. Oh, don't even. Just wait till we get into the video calls and phone calls. All right. Let's get to this. I love this for her. She's an idiot.
Yeah, perfect. For validation, what kind of vehicle were you in? So that I can put that on that validation slip whenever you, because I'll give you something to turn in so you don't have to pay.
Yeah, it's a Volkswagen Tiguan.
It's a Volkswagen Tiguan?
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see, what else?
Now, in between this, she's telling everything she did. Now, if you know this stuff, you know this stuff. I love it, Kristen. If you know, you know, but I'm just going to call things out like for no reason when she talks about, oh, yeah, and I had to get a rental car because my mileage was high. No, she got a rental car so she can dispose of Gannon's body and it wouldn't be in her vehicle. All right. So, the stuff she says, she tells on herself. Jay, always nice to be here in chat. Well, thank you, Kim. I appreciate you. How the hell did she get that monster drink? She's a monster? I don't know. She got out of her handcuffs, and obviously the officer must have had an energy drink sitting on the, wherever they were sitting on the seat. And she got out of her handcuffs and started hitting her with that.
So I'm just going to go through my normal spiel with you. Okay. I know that we talked last night, but because you're in here in the police building, I want you to know certain things. Okay. Right. So first of all, you're in here voluntarily. You can leave. Okay. You just have to let me know that you want to leave. Right. Because I need to escort you out of the building. Okay. Okay.
All right. Just real quick. One more time. Wolfpack, shout out to you. Thank you for being here. Wolfpack also used to be one of the mods. We love her. It was a duo. It was Wolfpack and I already know her name, but her name's so funny. Have you talked to her, by the way, Wolfpack? Why did I just blank out? Anyway, Carly's here. What are you doing here, girl? Good to see you, though. Wolfpack, and who's your sidekick? Damn it. I'll play it and find it. I don't know why I just blanked out.
If there's ever a time that you need to take a break, you need the bathroom, you need more water, you're still hungry,
Eddie,
whatever it is, let me know. Okay, I'm
sorry. Wolfpack and Petty. That's the dynamic duo. That's the dynamic duo of the mods. Thank you. I'm sorry. I just blanked out for a second. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. Thank you for being here. Let's go.
I can't read your mind, so I need you to let me know what's going on with you, so that I can help you. Okay, because the whole purpose of this, of us talking, is to gather some information. And I
have
know
a question about that. I understand that. I know it's recording and all that. It's totally fine. But does that like usually stay within the court and stuff like that? I just asking.
Yeah. So this
because I'm gonna have to tell you some very.
So she's trying to find out if this is going to be evidence used against her. She's so dumb. So dumb. All right. She's dumb and evil. I know. I don't know what happened to Juror 13. Juror 13 never let me be alone either. I don't know what happened to her. I tried reaching out to her, but nothing.
I don't think so.
Okay. And that's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
and so it is not our common practice to go and be releasing stuff like that. Also, another little admin thing that I do just to sort of kind of cover my butt whenever I have people in here talking is to go over a Miranda waiver. It doesn't mean that you're in trouble. No. It's just because you're in a police station, and I want you to be absolutely certain of your rights. Right. Okay? So I'm going to go over that with you right now. So you have the right to remain silent. Thank you. Okay. So because, you know, I know I met with you yesterday. We talked on the phone, we texted, we've been talking with each other a lot. Wow. So because this is recorded, I want to get, like, let's start from the basics. Okay. Have who you are. Do you have your ID? Yeah. In your purse?
I mean, she just thinks she's smarter than everyone else, period. She thinks she's getting away with it. She's cruising, sailing along, chatting it up. Little does she know, considering that very clearly in the Miranda warning, she's an idiot. Yeah, Al was tricking her. That's why, guys, there's so much to this case. We have phone calls between her and Al, which is part of the trial. And then we have phone calls from prison. And in between that, we have the final interrogation where she's in the black room that's soundproof. There's a lot. All right. Let's continue.
What are my glasses? Yeah, what are they? I haven't heard of that. Is it a new
like a Quay brand?
Quay.
Yeah. They're really good. They're like better than like the Michael Kors and things like
really?
That.
Yeah. Okay.
She's got name brand, y'all. They're better than Michael Kors.
I know this is your South Carolina ID. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What's your middle name?
Okay. Well, it's I do my maiden name, which is Hardin, Hardin.
Hardin?
Yes.
Okay, and that's your maiden name?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me just write down. There's the deal number.
What?
Do you have a given middle name?
Lynn.
Mm-hmm. L-Y-N-N?
Yes, ma'am.
There you are. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Prayers for you and Petty. I didn't know you guys had hospital stint and then the recovery, but we're all here. You're always welcome back, as well as Petty. I think we're talking about Juror 13, though. We missed Juror 13. I remember you telling Michelle her purse wasn't all that. All right, that's her hot pocket, by the way, guys. Now I don't even want to eat those anymore. I still got like 5 of them in the freezer. Damn it.
What's a good phone number for you in case I need to get a hold of you?
I don't ever drink sugar, so this is probably going to be like
Yep.
What is, in case I need to send you any documentation via email, how can I do that?
It's TECIA, like my name.
Are you on any social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram?
Well, I
Twitter?
wasn't for a long time, but just recently I just got like my Facebook back because we didn't have for like 2 years. So I do have Facebook, but I've always had Instagram, but it's mostly like a travel YouTube type thing.
Okay, what's Facebook?
It's just my name.
Is it Leticia or Tisha?
It's under Tisha.
It's Leticia.
It's under Tisha?
Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, it's not. It's because I abbreviated it. It's TT.
It's TT. That's my gangster name. Right now, she's sounding all, yeah, it's better than Michael Kors, and my Tiguan it had low mileage. So I mean, she's totally. This is not her. I mean, she's just putting front, and these people know it. They've seen her. I don't know what's wrong with her. Those glasses, I want to smash in her face. And she's eating a Hot Pocket. They're about to get into all these fake stories about what happened. She's eating. Oh, she got a Coke too, by the way.
Is it your same last name? Stauch.
Yeah, because I don't. It's really, I really got like my first name. I'm always like, oh, Tesha. They're like, what's Tesha? So I just put T because.
Have I been saying your name wrong?
No, you haven't. But I always try to change it. My mom didn't like it. So.
Nobody cares, bitch. Just tell them what happened, what you did. Mrs. Matt Murphy, welcome to the Crime Crew Official. We appreciate you. Hit that like and don't forget to hit the notifications. We're here every day, Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. All right?
Like we tried to change it. So, yeah, so I just gave up. Just to put T
in the bathroom.
What do you want me to call
you?
You
Can call me Tisha, which is my
Tisha. Okay.
We always have a name we don't like or something.
And you said Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Now my Instagram is under Dr. Stauch.
Dr. what?
Stauch.
Oh, by the way, guys, did you know that she was a doctor? She's going to talk about her being a doctor all throughout this. She's Dr. Stauch, guys. She has her doctorate. She doesn't know why she was going to be a flight attendant. That's so beneath her with all of the doctorate studying that she did. Come on. What? And a house bitch? She's going to be a house mom and she's a doctor? That's so beneath her. She's a doctor. Can you imagine that? What she did to that little boy? I only heard from Deb once after the surgery. I'm doing well, but throat, voice eject. Oh, well, big prayers for you, Wolfpack. We're here. And I reach out to Deb from time to time. All right, let's continue. We got a long way, even though I want to talk to you guys.
Is it spelling of your last name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I have my doctorate degree in education.
Okay. Is this like a Dr. Simple Pepper kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
So it's for your education doctorate.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
She said, "Is that like a Dr. Pimple Popper kind of thing?" I thought I heard that. I listened to this earlier, and Eduardo. She said, "You got your doctorate. Is it like the pimple popper kind of thing?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, She's not a doctor. My ass."
And then
so funny.
Address that I need to send if I need to mail anything.
Eduardo. Hey Krista, how you doing? Good to see you, my friend.
And where are you working?
Well, I was working with WD3, but I didn't want to work as a teacher anymore. Mm-hmm. So I decided I was going to be a flight attendant. So that's currently what I started doing with Spirit. So I had been going back and forth doing like with FAA. First you have to get like a study guide.
Yep.
I know you probably like, oh, you have your doctorate degree, you want to be a flight attendant, I just like to travel. But my goal is to like teach online too and do the flight attendant, so I can do both. Sure. So I've been looking over my books with Spirit and like things like that so that I could go to training. So I was supposed to go to training. We get like a training date February, March, April. So in the meantime, I was just doing like subbing at the early college, just why I told you early college, picking up sub shifts and stuff like that.
Okay, so you're more of a substitute.
Well, I was just a fifth grade teacher at French, but teaching has gotten so difficult in elementary schools. I don't want to do it anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of like in between. I just
Me. Yes, I'm a doctor. Yes, those glasses are great. Me. Well, just the whole time, entire. And you know what she's writing down here? She's full of shit.
Finish working with them and like that.
Yeah, I'm sure kids nowadays are a handful, right?
It's hard because I did special ed for so long because that's what my doctorate's in, and then you're like, oh. Like
you know, she's saying she worked with special ed. There's no way that she worked with special ed if she couldn't put up with a regular little 11-year-old boy and his little sister, and she had her 17-year-old daughter Harley, right? Freaking I don't like right here. All right.
You try to help so many people, and it's just hard.
All right. So you're gonna do flight attendant with Spirit?
Well.
Have you been picked up by them yet?
Well, I got an offer letter from Spirit, an offer letter from I just got one yesterday from SkyWest.
Oh, okay.
And the reason I like SkyWest is because they have a domicile in Colorado Springs and in Denver. So you could.
Oh, yeah. What address did that go to, Leticia? Because I'm pretty sure you're not staying with Al right now because Landon's there. The whole family's there looking for Gannon. And she's out just lollygagging, eating Hot Pockets and talking about Dr. Pimple Stauch.
And actually like work there and I could do both at the college. Because I was going to, I thought it was something vibrate. I was going to do like Pikes Peak and like, I'm sure I wouldn't have a problem because I just finished this past year. So I was going to just do them both. And then, so I hadn't decided, but now that SkyWest just had offered it, I was like, that would be perfect because it was just like centrally located, you know,
Right.
where you could come home all the time.
Yeah.
So that was a big problem that we had is because I was going to take the Spirit job and then I would be based anywhere. They don't have a base anywhere in our area. So like I would have to be in Las Vegas.
Oh, wow.
So I would never get to see anybody at home. And then you have to stay in your crash pad. Are you familiar with it?
We were on vacation with some people who the wife used to be a nurse and she actually transitioned into being a flight attendant.
Right.
She was telling us all about it. Actually.
Right. Yeah.
So
So like,
kind of scary.
I started getting
familiar.
I did start getting scared about it being in Vegas, and I was like, man, I'll never get to see everybody at home, and like.
Yeah.
You're not going to see everyone at home anyway. That lady's like telling her, we know all about it already. Come on, let's move forward. They really want to get to what happened. She's changed her story at least 5 different times. I can probably pull up the different stories and tell you, but you'll see right here.
I mean, I love the travel part, so then I was stuck with traveling but being alone or traveling with everybody else, but maybe not as much here. So, but anyway, that was in a nutshell. I was kind of in a self-evaluating. Is it okay if I just stop that? Because it's like vibrate.
Yeah, that's fine.
It drives me crazy. But yeah, look at so I was in like a self evaluation type thing, trying to figure out transitioning from education and never having like another career. Was like,
right.
Then, like worrying about how people would look at you, like, oh, you have your doctorate degree and you're a flight attendant. You know, you guys like don't make money.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So.
My niece is actually a flight attendant.
This bitch is sitting there eating a Hot Pocket while they're about to get into this. Michelle, I'm all good. Hope you are. Glad you're a channel member, my friend. Keep coming back. And Nancy Fleming, welcome. Good to see you. I do love your picture down there. All right. Let's watch her eat a Hot Pocket and say, blah, blah, da, 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 me.
So, for Southwest.
They said that's the best one, and whenever they have openings, it shuts the website down.
Oh.
That's what I heard.
That's pretty awesome. I didn't know about that. And apparently it's really hard to get into. Because they're supposed to like handle emergencies in the air. So
yeah, and like the training is so you think people just think we will serve people, but the training is so
I heard it's very intense.
Yeah, they like do ditching exercises. They kick people out every day. If you're late for class for 1 minute, kick you out.
Oh wow.
And
that's good. We need
she obviously has zero self-awareness.
Standards like that whenever
so like what happened, let me just tell you this in case it comes up like somewhere, but Spirit flew me out to do the December 20-something training, right? Problem is I didn't have anybody to watch Harley, and Albert was working night shift, and so it's always hard because it's always on me to find babysitters for everybody, all the kids. It's always on me. So I get out there and he was supposed to help. I know she's 17. We let her stay by herself, whatever. But through the night, because he was working 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., that kind of scared me. And so, like, she just joined the Air Force. So, like, I know she's going to have to learn how to, like, shoot a gun, protection. But, you know, like, she's not ready yet. Mature. Like, she's very mature, but she's not ready. So I came back, you know, and I was, like, talking to them. I just told them, I was like, my daughter's at home, whatever. And they're like, we can move you to the next class.
Let me just set this straight for anyone that doesn't know. Her daughter is a beautiful little angel. That's what I'm going to say about her daughter. I don't know her. I've seen her throughout the trial. I saw her testifying against her mom. She's a beautiful soul. Nothing like that monster right there. She dragged her daughter through the worst. She even tried to blame her daughter in court so that the jury would have a reasonable doubt that maybe she did it. She let them believe that Harley helped her clean up the body and get rid of it. Okay. Her 17-year-old daughter that she's talking about right now, which, by the way, like I said, nothing like her mom. I don't think they talk anymore. I think the last time she talked to her was like once after she was sentenced. And that's it.
I think it's February, whatever. So anyway, so just in case you're like, oh, I thought you were, but I did fly out. They flew you out or whatever. And I came back because I was panicking about her, the dogs, everybody to take care of. So
She's your baby, right?
yeah.
So, why don't we talk a little bit about what's going on? So I understand. So initially you didn't tell me some things because Albert was there. And when we say Albert, we're talking about Eugene.
Yes. He doesn't like Eugene because his dad is Eugene and he was a child molester.
Okay.
So he raped his sister. So he freaks out about the word, like if he hears Eugene. But I said maybe that might help you if you don't have to call him Eugene, it probably would be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do is take me through Sunday into Monday,
okay,
and be as detailed as possible as to what you were doing, who was there, where you were at, how long.
And I'll point some things out, but you guys also, if you pick up on details, throw it in chat. Let's conversate about it. I don't want to stop a million times, but when there's really something big, I do want to talk about it. So, y'all, I know I watched this on EW in the body cam, but she didn't try to avoid the cops. She didn't try to avoid the cops going in the basement. No, she didn't. And that wasn't this. I think you're talking about the body cam. All right, let's continue. Now we're going to get to finally what the story is, the next story.
You said, et cetera, because the more detail I have, it might spark something for me.
Is it okay if I take my notes out? Because I wrote down all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I was like, I tried to write down anything he might say, and just in case, because I have
okay, guys. Oh my God, real quick before this, she's getting notes out to tell what happened. Okay, which is what? Okay, this is not what was said. Look, guys, before we get into it, I looked up how many stories there were. Letecia Stauch gave at least 4 to 5 conflicting stories. The first story was that Ganon ran away. The second one was that Ganon was abducted from Eduardo. The third, that there was a sexual attack that happened against her. The fourth, Ganon was injured and she panicked. And the fifth, she later admitted during the forensic interview that she shot Ganon. All right, so that's 5. And I didn't go into detail. I just listed them off. Why didn't you bring notes when you got in trouble, damn it? I know, right? God, I can't remember all my lies.
Notes from different things or whatever. So we already talked about the beginning things, so I figured you're reading that. Man. So my paper is that we're at the same story that we started with, but then you want me to start with Sunday, which was the day that we went hiking, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we went hiking at Garden of the Gods. We actually, did you see the picture from Garden of Gods?
I didn't.
Okay, so we have pictures where we went to Garden of Gods. We were going to take the dog for a walk, but then my daughter got called in to work because she works at massage therapy.
Okay.
So we were like, okay, we're going to go hiking. The crazy thing is, it's always got one kid likes to hike a lot, the other one don't. So spent the whole time come on, let's go. We got to burn calories. Excuse me. All this type of things. Gannon, he started having a stomach problem and he pooped in his pants.
Thank you.
So it kind of cut our hike a little bit short, but I was like, it's okay. It was kind of cold. I say cold for me, but I'm used to 80-degree weather, so it was kind of getting cold. So we decided to go home.
Okay.
So we go home. I don't really remember what we did the rest of the day. It was probably just random things around the house. I thought we went to dinner. Oh no, we didn't get dinner because he wanted to take a bath. So he came in and that's when he asked me about the whole bath salt thing.
Okay.
And he had pooped in his pants, so I thought he wanted to take a shower, so I gave him a bath bomb.
Okay.
So going through the night, we were just doing a regular random. I was like, I don't know who I should be talking to, but
you can talk to both.
Yeah, we should be doing random things around the house. It's Sunday, no football on. I don't know specific every little detail we did, but just a normal everyday situation. Other than he was in a lot of pain because he gets really bad. It's okay if I show you graphic, not graphic, but with my hand motions.
Yeah, that's right.
He'll get where he has to poop, and I swear they're that big. It might take 2 to 3 weeks. He has a GI problem, so because he takes Vyvanse, so he had went the whole time without Vyvanse. So whenever that happens, sometimes it'll get where his stomach wants to work, but then can't. So he spends a lot of time in the bathroom.
Guys, I think she just couldn't control her rage. I'm sure that Ganon, when she was beating him or hitting him or burning him or poking at him or punishing him or making him hike, that he said, I don't want you. I want my mom. Any 11-year-old would say that when some monster is doing that to him. I think that just set her off. And you'll hear the judge say that, even though the judge made a bad decision about the juror, the judge says, I can picture Gannon saying, I want my mom. You're not my mom. And her just turning into a monster. All right. So although there are no, there's no motive, the motive is she's an evil person with lots of psychological problems, and she couldn't control herself, in my opinion.
Like kind of like hurting and things like that.
Okay.
All right. So then at this point, the dogs, we have two new little, a Frenchie and a what is he? English bulldog.
Dr.
They're really like, you know,
French and English bulldog.
Yeah, they are. They are. They're really kind of like the Sadie's the French bulldog. She's kind of like high maintenance. But the kids always help out a lot with them, you know, but Gannon wasn't feeling too well. And the dogs, they all, you know how they like know someone's not feeling well. So they were all laying down there and it was gassy, like very, very, they're bad for that. Very, very gassy or whatever. And, you know, life goes on. But so Gannon had started a candle.
Life doesn't go on.
He's very like responsible in terms of like, if you give him something and say, do this, and this, and like a list and prepare, it's fine. So we let him, you know, do things like that. Like Albert lets him like use a box cutter to cut the boxes down, you know, and like teach him things to be like a independent, growing up adolescent. So I didn't see a problem with him, you know, light a candle, whatever.
Okay.
Well, I don't remember the exact time. I'd have to look at when the fire thing went off. I was tired. Albert had left because we spent the whole night up prior with Saturday because he was going to train in Oklahoma. So we stayed up most of the night.
Okay.
You know, just everybody was going to miss each other, wouldn't see each other for a while, whatever. So I was kind of like, you know, tired. I had dozed off for a little bit. And Lena asked me, could she stay up and still watch the rest of her iPad or whatever. Usually I'm always like, no, like strict, like, hey, no, you can, you know, whatever. But I did feel kind of bad because it was just her birthday. And at the same time being her birthday, we had a lot of stuff going on.
Right.
So we made it about her, but like I was trying to give her a little extra because not everybody got to make it there. And we went all out for Gannon's birthday. Like we took him to a Rockies game. We took friends with him. I mean, you know, like popcorn, hot dogs. But we didn't do that with her. But in her defense, we bought her a Switch. So it's kind of like different, but she didn't understand that. So I let her stay up longer than she's supposed to. As like a, you know, not necessarily bribery, but you know. So she stayed up a little bit later. And so she was still she's a very hard sleeper and she's hard to like pick up, move if she falls asleep, whatever. But I could tell she was just barely asleep when I went in there. So it starts beeping. It's like a beep, 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 beep.
Okay, she's a grifter. That's all she is. She's a grifter. She's a fraud. She's a con. She's got mental health issues. And on top of that, she's evil. Okay, I think the motive was directly her jealousy with Landon, Gannon's biological mom, and having to take care of the kids. She says that several times about feeling stuck. Al moved her to Alaska, and then she pretended like she got raped or sexual assault in Alaska, so they had to move. Then they went to Colorado Springs. This is not her first rodeo. Al just didn't realize, I believe, when he married her, he was blinded, and by the time he realized, it was too late. All right, let's continue. And the kids were there when she killed Gannon. Everybody was home, even her daughter Harley. And if she wasn't home, she had just gotten home.
And I thought that someone was coming in the house. So I look and don't see anyone at any doors or hear anything. So I was like, I thought it was just a sensor. So I hit in our 2564, which is our alarm code, but it didn't go off. And I was like, what is wrong with this thing? So I walked to Lena's room because the alarm is in her room. And I walk back like through the top part of the house, and you've been in the house, so you know the top part of the house.
I haven't been in there.
Okay, so there's the upper level and then there's the below basement. So I like walk back and forth or whatever. I didn't see anything going on. Then it started saying fire, 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 fire. Like it kept saying fire.
Oh wow.
So and I thought it was you know how like so there's like sensors for your fire alarm and then there's sensors for your like alarm.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just going to everything trying to like fan it while it was going off because I was thinking kitchen, fire, nothing's wrong, whatever. So I was putting like towels over some of the sensors because I thought that was like monitoring the fire thing, whatever. And then I realized it kept going and going. So then I see smoke coming up from the downstairs. So I run downstairs, and my idea of a big fire is anything that I see on fire pretty much, and there's, you know, just that's just because I grew up in the country. So, you know, like I remember bonfires, like things like that, you know. So there was smoke coming up through the basement. So the basement has, so if you walk down the basement, there's the sofa and stuff over here. It was coming up through the basement. So I like run back up the stairs, go grab Lane, and luckily, my point telling you about her being not a rough sleeper, she woke right up. So she woke back up, and
No, her motive was she wanted out of it. That's it. I mean, we don't always get a motive, but we know what the motive is by listening to the interview and seeing how she moves. She was purely just tired of taking care of the kids and tired of Elle and ready to move on. And I don't think she could control herself that day, because if you saw what she did to Gannon, there's no way that any of you would be able to do something like that to anyone. Okay, that's pure rage. She stabbed him 18 times, blunt force trauma to the head, and then shot him with a 9mm in the head. She stabbed him in the front, in the back, once in the neck, all over his chest, all over his pelvic area. All right, so rage is all I can say. Rage, jealousy, and she felt stuck.
And I like almost like grabbed her, and I was like, get up, get up, get up, get up. I said, I gave her the keys. I said, can you go? I don't remember exactly what, but I said something along the lines of, can you go take the dogs to Daddy's truck and sit there and wait? Right. So I don't remember the order of how we all ran out the house, but I know that at that point I did. She ran out, and I can't remember if I ran out to make sure they got the truck or if she ran out by herself. I don't remember that part, but I do know that had gotten in the truck. I came back inside, run back downstairs, and that's when I was trying to get Gannon, because I couldn't get, I didn't know how to get everybody at once. So my main thing was to get the front people out, you know, and then go. So then I ran back downstairs to get Gannon. And then the fire was on the floor over here, then on the sofa. So I'm pretending this is the sofa and this is our floor. So it was right here and right here. And I saw the candle that was over here. So there was covers everywhere, because the kids always get on about, they leave a lot of covers laying around all the time. I mean, there's like 10 quilts and LOLs and blankets and all this. So they were all right here. So I take a whole bunch of them, and I go and like basically smash down on the sofa and the fire to put it out. So I got a burn, and then I was like, get up again, and started running at that point, because it wakes him up. He's alert. He's realizing that the covers and everything's on fire, the carpet's on fire. And
you guys, well, I'm going to put the words up there if you can't understand her. I assure you it's loud, but she's just like rambling. I mean, look at how these ladies are looking at her at this point. She has zero self-awareness, and she probably doesn't care either. Zero self-awareness and no fucks to give.
And we all go outside. So we get in Albert's truck and we drive off. And I drove off in panic because I saw that I put the fire out. So I knew that there was no, you know, like nothing wrong, like it wasn't keep going. I drove off in panic because I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do now? Like we broke the carpet, you know, we done this and this. Gannon's upset, freaking out because he's scared he's going to get in trouble and da 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 da. So, you know, like the whole talk was going on. So we drove maybe around the block a little bit and came right back. So we came back in and like developed a plan for the next day to figure out, honestly, we were going to fix the carpet and try to like not say anything. And the reason for that is because like Albert freaks out about every little thing. If the kids do something and I'm on like, it's me, and he'll be like, you didn't do this, you weren't being a good stepmom, you weren't doing this, you weren't doing that. And so we both kind of were like a little like worried about it, and he gets very like crazy like if something goes wrong. So that was the plan. Go to sleep, rest. He was going to stay out of school. We were going to get the carpet fixed and then go from there.
I want you to realize that she's telling truths in between these lies. So I believe that that absolutely happened because we saw on camera her walking out of the house with Gannon. And when he came back, he was all like barely walking back. And then he never came out of the house again until the suitcase, right? So I want you to realize that there's truths when she talks about going for a ride with Gannon and certain things that she interjects. She really is telling us exactly what happened. She's just leaving out the part that she doesn't want to get in trouble for. And you'll see, it will start to come together, but that's what's happening here.
Plus, stomach was hurting. So Lena didn't want to sleep in her room. You know, everybody was still kind of like frazzled. And I think Lena slept with me or on the sofa. I brought the dogs up. And Gannon he wanted to go in his room at that point because he was already sleeping on the sofa. So that's where.
Now, I remind you, Al asked how Gannon was doing. She told Al the story about Gannon burning himself and the carpet and her cutting it out and him stepping on a board and blood got on the board, yada, 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 right? All the same nonsense. That's what she was spitting then. All right. So, she's going to continue to do all this and say all these things. I truly believe she projected her behavior, acting out with the candle. Yeah, she did all that. I believe that she did that, and she burnt him, and then she gave him the pills. And I got to go on to say the picture that she sent to Al, he was already dead. Now, that's speculation. It was shown in court, and Al says my little boy was not alive in that picture. All right. He wanted to know, how is Gannon? Let me talk to him. Let me see him. Oh, no, don't worry. I put him to bed. I took care of his burns. It's no problem. So she put him in his bed, covered it up to here, sent a picture, and you could see that little boy was no longer alive, in my opinion. And he believes that as well. All right.
Sunday, like pretty much kind of like stopped and everybody went to bed and yada, yada, yada.
Yep.
I think I sent Albert messages because he was sleeping, was on a different time zone, and he didn't see him that night. So.
Okay.
And I didn't feel that no one was in harm. I'll make sure I say that because the fire was not going. Now, I know that Gannon had like black marks all on his shirt, like smoke marks. But he had on the long sleeve shirt and a short sleeve shirt because sometimes he has on whatever. He had on a short sleeve shirt with a long sleeve shirt. So I didn't see him in any kind of like nothing other than a little burn.
He actually did not have long sleeves on. They found him with his jacket and he was wearing a Minecraft shirt. And there was almost 18 stab wounds in the Minecraft shirt. You can see where they circled all the stab wounds, just pulling the shirt off of him. And then they put him on the autopsy table and they go one by one. But yeah, no. Al was gone for 2 weeks. He was in the military. They lived in Alaska due to him being in the military, and she said somebody came on to her or tried to rape her, and so he got restationed into Colorado. She still wasn't happy, so that's what happened. Now we're here.
That we had. I didn't see.
Where did you see
burns
on Gannon?
All right, so with Gannon, I just saw that. Okay, so like on the top, like right here, so like say the shirt's over here. Like right here, there was a burn, and the reason for that was I think whenever like he was trying to come up, it kind of burned him a little bit. I'm not gonna make an assumption. I don't really know. And as far as that, I didn't see anything else. Like I didn't know any like other differences or anything like that. All I saw was that. I saw you okay. He ran out the house. He was firing out the house. Everything was normal. Yada yada yada. Now I'm gonna let you know in a little bit why he was bleeding. But at that point, when you get to the Monday morning thing, I'll let you know about that.
Describe the flames for me. How tall are these flames? Is it like smoldering on the carpet, sort of kind of creeping across like a grass fire, or is it like coming up, working its way up the couch?
She's going to explain the blood away. I assure you, there was a lot of blood in his room, and when she sent those other kids outside, it was to clean it up. Because once they went to inspect that area, guys, it was everywhere. All right?
Like, how is this working?
I really don't know. I know that it was like here, centralized on the floor, but like I could see, I think the smoke might have like kind of intimidated me more because I spent the whole night coughing. So I think that kind of intimidated me so much because the visibility was starting to be a little bit, like as if I had walked into a small little fire. And I was just afraid that it was going to, because, like upholstery for the couch. That was my biggest concern, was the upholstery for the couch. So,
okay.
So I would say, it was like.
My biggest concern was the upholstery from the couch. This little angel boy that's my stepson that I already told you a bunch of times I didn't want to take care of, burnt himself, and I was worried about the couch. Come on, man. There you go. That too. She was so jealous of Landon, which is Gannon's mom. All right. I forgot who was years ago, but they actually counted how many times she said yada. Oh, yeah. Jen Johnson. You can just go through the transcript now and type in AI how many times she said yada yada, and it will tell you. Yes, this is Gannon's stepmom. All right, this is beautiful Gannon. May we get justice for Gannon and she never get let out. All right. She is a convicted killer of Gannon. That's what she did to him. All right. This is little Gannon in the neighborhood that they lived in. You can see the sheriff out there. And then we get back to this. All right.
Maybe like in this area, like right here. It wasn't like here.
So the flames were, 2-3 feet high, you think? How much light did you see coming off of this through the smoke?
I don't know.
Okay, and that's fine if you don't know.
I'm not like a professional, and I was in the moment of freaking out to give you an accurate answer.
Sure.
Because I don't want to tell you what's here, and it might have been here. I don't want to tell you this, and this. I don't know.
This is all based off of your memory to the best of your ability. Right. And that's all it is. Okay.
I do know that I saw covers coming up on fire.
What was what covers were coming up on fire?
Like he had a cover on because he was sleeping on the sofa.
What was he covered with?
Remember, that's that picture that she sends to Al and said she sent him to bed. He wasn't feeling well. His stomach hurted. She called him in sick for that Monday because of her taking his life. But she made this excuse up, and that's what she says. Remember, he was sleeping. He was covered. Remember? She's like basically telling him, you guys saw the evidence, right? He was alive there. That's what she tried to do to sell Al on that.
What do you mean?
What kind of blanket? You'd mentioned there was LOLs, there's quilts.
Oh, like which color?
What blanket was he using?
Oh, I'm not sure. There was a couple that were there. There was a black. They were all, some of them, I put them all back in that bin that was sitting there. Did you? He said you didn't.
I haven't been in the
Okay,
house,
so there was black. It was like a little furry. There was watermelon ones. I don't remember specifically which one he had, but I know that there was blankets in the area because they always leave bacon.
All right, let me show you something real quick. Trigger warning, even though it's blurred out. Welcome in, Jinx, Renee, anybody that's coming in, welcome. Hit that like button. Let me show you something real quick, guys, because I'm visual and I assume you guys are too. Here's the blanket picture that she's talking about. All right, Letecia Stauch. These are the prosecuting opening statement. Letecia Stauch killed 11-year-old Gannon, stuffed his body in a suitcase, and disposed of him 1,400 miles away from Florida. With Gannon's remains was a pillow and a blanket and a matching bedding shown in a pic taken by Leticia of Gannon in bed the morning of his disappearance. He was already dead that morning, guys. Okay, so they blurred it out. This was the picture that she sent to Al. Okay, and I give you a trigger warning. It's blurred out. I've seen the picture, obviously. I just ran across the damn autopsy right before I came on here. So that's the picture. She covered him up, sent it to Al, and said he's sleeping. He was dead. That's in the opening statements. All right. Hey, David, good to see you, my friend. Happy Friday. All right, let's continue. I have pictures that aren't blurred out, but it's just, there's no reason for it. You guys don't need to see that. All right. Move this, and now you'll know what I'm talking about or you'll know what she's talking about as well with that damn blanket story.
The mermaid went around, but the whole operation, and when I grabbed them and put it out, I grabbed them all and done it.
So, okay. Yeah. All right. Were any of them like damaged whenever that happened?
Oh yeah, they all. I left them all there when I showed them that night that. Like they were damaged or whatever.
Okay. Well, I haven't been in the house either.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. I was speaking to you like you.
Yeah, no, I didn't go into the house either, so I was like trying to make sure that we're...
Yeah.
So then Gannon decides that he doesn't want to go to school because of his tummy issues or because he's going to help you with the carpet. It
was kind of a combination of both.
Okay, and who excused him from school?
But I had texted Albert and said, could he not go to school for his stomach?
Okay.
Because he was hurting with his stomach, but also the whole plan was that we were going to figure it out.
So who actually contacted the school to excuse him?
It wasn't me. I didn't. I don't know.
Okay.
Did someone contact? Because I didn't.
I would assume that somebody would contact the school, or you probably would get like a phone call. I know with my kids' school, if they're not there by 8:15, the office.
Then they would call Albert, not me, because he would have the like the automated system where he's like, your child's missing. I mean, your child is missing from school today, whatever.
Okay. So that's Sunday, and you're saying a lot of we and that kind of thing. So you mentioned earlier that Harley had gone to work.
Mm-hmm.
She got called into massage envy.
Mm-hmm.
So who went on the hike?
Okay, so it was originally going to be all of us: Harley, me, Gannon, and Lena. And then Harley got called in.
Mind you, she's eating this Hot Pocket while she's talking about and thinking about. She's got to be thinking about what she did to him while she's talking about the blankets, etc. Cynthia, welcome. Happy Friday. Yeah, eating pockets, drinking Cokes. She's going to take her Hot Pocket to the bathroom. She loves it so much.
She switched shifts with someone, but then that person, like, I guess the policy is if that person agrees to take your shift, but then don't come, you still have to come or something. I don't know. So she just was like, I have to go. She's only going to be working there like a few more weeks or whatever. So I told her, I was like, don't burn any bridges. I know it sounds crazy that you have to do that, but you got to go in. So she went into work on Sunday.
Okay. So it ended up being you, Gannon and Lena that went hiking.
Right.
Okay. And so then let's go through Monday.
Okay, so you know that.
Yep.
All right, so we wake up on Monday. Normal. How we wake up. And you're like, everybody gets up, whatever.
No, Gannon doesn't get up because you sent that picture to Al that he was sleeping. He didn't wake up. I don't even know at what point she took him out of the bed and put him into the suitcase. So I'm trying to listen here. Like, what is she talking about? She shoves that in her mouth.
Gannon stays in bed. He already knows that we are going out and about today. That was the plan. I walked Lena out to make, because usually Gannon walks her outside. So I walked Lena out to the front door and around to make sure I seen her around the corner to get to the bus stop. And she did.
Okay.
I come back inside. I don't remember if I laid down a little bit. I probably played on my phone for a little bit, wasted a little bit. Because she goes outside at like 6:50, 6:55. Still early. Take the dogs out, things like that. Well, I go down, start talking to Gannon about, hey, like, this is the plan. Like, go downstairs, the basement, whatever. I say basement, but as in, like, his room is down. It's a furnished basement. And I realized that Gannon, he actually had, like, marks, like, on his arm. And they were actually, like, peeling at that point. And I swear, I did not realize that they had, I don't know if, like, they start, like, because burns are sitting there. I don't know if they started, like, peeling, like, overnight or, like, whatever. And he has, like, really bad anxiety. So whenever things are peely or, like, things like that, he bites his own nails a lot anyway. Like, anything that's, like, loose and things like that, he bites them. So I don't know if, like, as burns, like, burns a little bit. And when I do this, I don't mean, like, I'm giving you a location. I'm just saying, like, as in burns, like, on your skin. I guess when, like, how they pull a little bit stretchy or whatever. So, like, on your arm, it kind of gets a little stretchy and peeling. Mm-hmm. So then I was, like, freaked out because I was like, I didn't know that his arms were like that. So I'm, like, crying because, and this is where I have to start telling you, like,
right.
I'm, like, very, like, I was scared because my thought process was Albert is going to kill me. Like, because I made a mistake.
Now, mind you, she's right now telling us what she did. She's using what she remembered and telling us what she did. Albert's gonna kill me. She's going through the process of telling us exactly what she was thinking. Now she retells this story and she says she's Maria. Okay. She has an alter ego personality and her name's Maria and she starts speaking Spanish. That's when she actually confesses to this. Okay. So that's when we kind of hear more of the real story, so to speak. But anyhow, I wanted you guys also to know that I didn't even completely realize that she's expected. I mean, people that are having discussions are expecting her to plead not guilty by reason of insanity again, guys. So if she gets that retrial and any kind of juror does anything or finds her, wacky, she could be in in a mental hospital and then out. I want you to remember, stabbed 18 times, bludgeoned, shot, stuffed the body in the suitcase, and then went on with her life. And when she was extradited, she slipped out of those handcuffs and tried to, or she didn't try, she assaulted the deputy. She actually smashed that energy drink face full into her face, an unopened can. All right. That officer did get hurt when they tried to remove her from the vehicle. She like tore her shoulder or something. Now a jury, someone saying a jury saw through the insanity act and was convicted for the first-degree murder. But if she gets a redo and they do it that way, she's going to do that, plead guilty by reason of insanity, not guilty by reason of insanity again. Not good.
As a parent, and forgot to like really check him down, and he really got a little bit more burnt than he should have. So I was freaking out because it's like he's gonna kill me. And Gannon.
So this is her real emotions, and she actually blames herself. She says, "I blame myself. I did this." So this is really like some stuff that's coming out because that happened. Mab's gonna be on at 8 tonight, guys. I thought I saw him come in chat here, but I sent him a text message, and he said he'll be on at 8 p.m. He's watching his race car show right now. He's a replayer. He's going to be a replayer. Yeah, but they want to watch you, Mab, later on. So right now it's 5:33 California time. Mab's on California time too. So he will be on in 2.5 hours. Okay? We love you, Mab. Go watch your racing car thing, whatever. Peace out. Thank you for letting us know. She tried escaping from the consequences. Cuckoo, but she knows she did wrong hitting the kids because she couldn't play nice. I forgot about the enemas. I think she was abusing him with the enemas. I absolutely think she was doing that just to see him tormented. Yes, definitely. Definitely. Thank you, Kim Wells. I appreciate that. STD pocket. All right, here she goes. She's remembering some of this stuff.
Like, it's okay. Like, there was blood. And, like, he had on his arms. And as it was peeling, and I should have called.
What did he have blood at?
I should have called the hospital and just asked, I don't know enough about burns. But I should have called the hospital and just asked, like, I made a mistake. I didn't. Okay. I swear to y'all, I didn't know they were that bad. I did it all. So I feel horrible. So here I am. I know it's not, about me, but as a person, I was feeling horrible that I didn't call Albert to say, they're like this. So I told him, I said, okay, listen, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put some like aloe on your arms, and things like that. And I was like, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna, and all I kept thinking about was we're gonna fix it. And I don't know in my mind how I was gonna fix it.
And again, in my opinion, she's talking about how she's going to fix getting rid of his body. That's what I believe she's absolutely 110% saying. Hey, Blackheart67, good to see you. 106, hit that like button. We have 140 people in chat. If y'all would hit that like button. What's up, Allie? How you doing? Better late than never. You're right on time.
He wasn't in pain. He wasn't saying like I'm hurting or anything like that. He was more of like peeling it, like like it was like almost like it was like a boil. Am I saying the right word? Boil, like blister, like a blister. So I'm gonna say like he was pulling a blister, Okay. So there was blood, and then so I'm like holding him, and I had blood on me. And when I say blood, let me explain to you. I don't mean like dripping out, pouring everywhere blood. So let me not like give you that thought process, because sometimes when I say like if I say flames, to me I'm like this is a big flame,
I know.
So there was blood. So I was just so like freaked out. So I was like, we'll just clean it up. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out.
Where's the blood at?
So the blood was on his arms.
Thank you so much, Lisa Durst Dog Lover. I appreciate that greatly. Thank you for the $10 super chat or super sticker. I appreciate you. Buckle up, buckle in, hang out. We're here. We're chatting. Everybody's got some things to say tonight. All right, let's go. Yeah, she worked with kids, special ed kids. She was a teacher. She was a doctor. She was a flight attendant. She's so great. Me.
And his like sheet that he had, which we washed the sheet. So it was on his sheet, it was on his arms, and he had some on like his arm had, I guess from like sleeping or whatever, he had some on the wall. So we cleaned up everything. I put like garnish the garnish the like the wrap thing. So I just put a little bit of wrap thing, and I was like, we'll check it with the aloe and see if it gets better. Because my next thing was, I'm gonna assess the situation in so many hours, and if it looks, because I did look online and it said like if it turns a yellow color that it could be infected or whatever, and I was like, that was gonna be my next step. So I don't want you to think that I was like neglecting the fact that.
So you realize that he's got a burn. You do some treatment that you think is appropriate at the time, and then
I know, right?
Tell yourself, I'm going to do this follow up. Right. Okay.
Right.
So then what happens after you take care of Gannon and make sure he's okay?
Honestly, I'm pacing the house, and I know there's two things I got to fix. And when I tell you that Albert will freak out over things, I just want you to know that. So Emma, I want you to picture my mind of how I'm like afraid to be like, okay, I got to fix these situations, and I need to fix them fast with carpet and things like that. Okay. So number one, I was like, I need to fix the carpet, and number two, I need to figure out, assess, like I said, does Gannon need to go get like some burn cream or whatever? So I said, let's get dressed. We're gonna leave out. I think I told you guys it was like maybe 10:35 or whatever the time frame we left. So this is where I should have like made this mistake. So I drive to so Larson Ranch. At the end of Larson Ranch is a bunch of new builds, like construction, things like that. I drive to the new builds. I was going to be like, hey, look, somebody here knows how to, fix it. Because if I get online and start calling people, then they'll be like, make an appointment. I figure I might find somebody that, would do like a little side job and come and help us fix when I say carpet, I'm talking about fix the living room, the spot that I had cut out or whatever. So I did. I pulled up. On the back part, there were some new houses being built, and there were some like Hispanic, and I'm not saying that to be like discriminatory, they were Hispanic people that were out there, and I was like, hey, do you know where you can get the carpet that is in the Larson Ranch model home? So I told him the model home, which was the same home that we had. I mean, I don't know if it's the model home, but I gave him the name because I asked, like, I looked online for the company for the name. I said, it's in there. He's like, everybody has that same carpet. Yes. So we got a roll of the carpet.
Where'd you get that from?
We got it from the guy on the scene. Like I say, not the scene, but the construction area.
Are we going to talk about Eduardo now? What happened to Eduardo? She doesn't want to say Mexican, but she's going to say, those Mexicans. Words are not her forte, and neither is taking care of a child. She doesn't even know about what it's called, garnish. I know what she was trying to say, but still, she's a doctor, right?
So we got the carpet from the guy in the construction area. Well, I didn't get it then. He said he was going to bring it to me. So I gave him the address. And this is where I messed up. I gave him, and this is why I couldn't tell you this in front of Albert. I gave him our code to get in because he was going to go fix it. And I just assumed working in the house, he was going to be okay, whatever. And me and Gannon left. I just said, hey,
Did you give him the garage door code?
Yeah.
And what about the alarm?
Well, if you go in through, say, like you're walking in through our house, there's no sensor. So we always keep it on our alarm, and you can walk in through the garage and the alarm will never set off there. Okay. And the reason for that is like there's no door. Like there's nothing that tells that door that it's open. You can send.
So you don't have a sensor there.
Right. So we just always, and the kids come in every day in the garage and never have to like set, reset, anything like that. Okay. So me and Gannon go on. I don't remember exactly where we went first. I know we rode a little bit because I was looking for different places to buy the dogs some like different cute outfits because sometimes I get them at Ross. But Petco has some really good deals going on right now. So I was like, I'm gonna go to Petco. Gannon was like, at that point, it was like he wanted to lay down because his stomach was hurting. He wasn't complaining about like any like pain on his arms or anything like that. He just said he wanted to lay down because his stomach was hurting. So we were in Albert's truck. So we lay down. He lays down in the back of the truck. So he's just laying down, whatever. I went to Petco. I can't remember if I went in the store beside Petco. I know we went some places around town, just different locations.
What places did you go to?
I know I went to Petco. I know I went to a gas station to get gas.
Which Petco did you go to?
The one at is it Nevada and something?
Okay.
I don't really know.
The newer
for
one
sure.
with like that
It is
bigger
nice.
shopping
It's
center?
a nice area. That's the area I basically was in for. I wasn't gone that long for most of the time frame. That was the area that I was in, and then I made the wrong. When you're coming back and it tells you go this way, I made the wrong exit. Like I got on the wrong one, so I went back. I guess that would be I went back. I went north a little bit before I turned around to come back because I made the wrong one. So I get back and let's see, I can't. Did we go eat at that time? I feel like I didn't get anything to eat. Maybe I just got Starbucks. I could look at my credit card or something like that. See if you want to look and see where I spent that day. You want me to look?
No.
Okay.
Eventually, yes.
Okay.
That would be helpful.
Okay. So I remember what happened. Then I realized I had to go back to Petco. That's why we turned around and came back. Because I started off, I bought 2 outfits, maybe 1 or 2, and then I came back in Petco and I got the rest of the outfits that were on there because I was like, I'll go 2 more for this price. So I did go back to Petco twice. So I'm sure you'll see that.
Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Sorry I had to go help baby Guilty. All right. Mrs. Guilty has been here all week, so I haven't had to do a lot, which is great. Where are you, Mrs. Guilty? All right, guys, I'm back. Let's continue. I see that you guys are chatting. Never ask her for directions. She'll say that way. Go that way. No, that way. No, that way. What a scholar. I agree. All right.
Did you go?
Let's see, if we left at 10 something, it's like a 30-minute drive from Lorson Ranch ish.
Yes.
So if I got there, got gas, got Starbucks,
yes.
Maybe I was there at 11 ish. I don't want to say a time.
I'm saying, so you go to Petco the first time, and then how long in between the first visit and the second visit to Petco?
Can I give you that, like, looking up
a guesstimate or
maybe an hour?
Maybe no.
Maybe.
Do you have like any tracker apps or anything on your phone? Because I know, like, for me, I have that Life 360, and it'll tell me. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It'll tell me, what my short trips are. It'll even tell me if I walked somewhere. It's freaking awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, I just get tracked by Google. I have Android phone, so it just tells me.
My family likes to know.
I mean, she's just ridiculous, guys. She's just, there's no self-awareness there. Yeah, Lord help us. This bitch is insufferable. We're going to have to listen to a lot more of this. And imagine if the jury and Gannon's parents have to do the same. Wes already got ticked off before I started, so I fed him and I left the door open for him. So he's not like, Mom, let me in. Mom, let me in. I know you guys appreciate Wes yelling at me.
Where I'm at, so
I do that to Harley because
I know.
Harley, was the only child, and then her father was killed. So it's always like she and I, and like she was like really all I had. So I got remarried or whatever.
Hey,
So
my pastor.
I kind of like do maybe a little overboard of stalking. I'm like,
hey, you know what? I
do that right now. I'm like,
no.
All right, let's see.
I'll look.
Do you have the one with the subscription? I'm like trying to figure out if I should get that or not.
I don't. She always says something about purchasing it. And she said it would tell if
like
you
the
like
crash detection.
Right, that's what she was saying.
Yeah.
And she was saying that
Yep.
It was kind of like how the Apple Watch would do if you had a crash detection. It would alert the authorities.
Thank you, Lisa. Mwah.
Okay, this is, I don't know if this is like a service thing, but it's on.
Music. Al and Leticia and the kayak.
I would say, I'm waiting on it. I would say hour-ish because I'm a very indecisive person when it comes to like shopping. So I had to go back and make my notes. I can leave right here, but it's loading. I think maybe.
Can I see it? Maybe it'll give me better reception over here.
Yeah.
She's so stupid.
Oh, shoot. Do you have a password or something? I can put it in.
No, I can do my finger.
Okay. Sometimes this corner, if you hold it up high, it'll. Because I know people watching, I want them to have my passcode in, and they'll know our code for a lot of stuff. All right, here we go. Is it working? No. Oh, that corner is like typically the sweet corner.
Hold it up here.
Yeah. We can set it down here. Just see if it kicks on. Okay, so you make the second trip to go back and buy more outfits.
Mm-hmm.
And then where do you go from there? Is Gannon still telling you that he wants to like lay down? How's he doing?
He was something happened.
There you go. See, I told you this was a sweet corner.
It says purchase could not be completed. I didn't purchase anything. This purchase cannot be completed.
Huh.
What does that mean?
I have no idea. I've never had that pop open before. Purchase could not be completed. Please try again later. Well, I mean, we tried. I guess
it says to
access signal, so.
Your free membership includes 2.
How long have you guys had that app?
Oh God. Since she started driving for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe a long time.
Because I want to say, like, it's never had me do a purchase.
He just says get more history. It didn't even ask me to put anything in purchase because the purchase could not be completed.
That's bizarre. That is bizarre.
Oh,
you didn't hit anything. I didn't hit anything. Okay. So you go back to Petco the second time. Does Gannon, these places that
Sorry, I was going to say, it says crash detection disabled. Does that mean I don't have the...
Yours looks different than mine does.
Put her back.
And you don't have a subscription?
Mm-mm. Like, it gives me, but it sends me all the alerts, like,
she's not that dumb, but she's plain dumb, and they're onto it. They already know. That's why they put her in that room, to make her feel like comfortable, and that's a room for people that are victims of, or family members of the victims, etc. All right, I did just see that, by the way. And hey, my pastor calls me Mish. I just saw that picture of Al. And I didn't see Leticia in that. I see Al, and then Gannon and his sister with Harley on a kayak, but I don't see her in there. But I mean, it says it all. That was their family, guys. It was Al, Leticia's daughter, and his 2 children. I don't know what went sideways other than her.
Says like Carly arrived home.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get those too.
Yeah.
If you have certain places set, like
no,
work
I get them
or
with
home.
Yeah, well, I get the work at home, but it'll say completed.
You mean this interrogation? No, she already killed them, and they've been on to her for a while, and she's trying to play dumb. That's it. That's all. All right.
The 4-mile drive completed a 15.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? Like,
I think we might have different versions because I didn't get Android. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. So when you and Gannon are out running around to these places and you know, getting your gas and your coffee and Petco a couple times, and
it is.
Does he go into the stores with you?
No,
or?
but I parked, and I know you're going to see this, so I'm going to say that I parked on the front, and like, I don't know if you'll probably, if you see the Petco cameras, I'm in this. Can I show you? Sure. I'm in this.
You guys don't apologize to me, Allie. Come in late, please. I'm always happy to fill you in when I have a little gap in between. I always try to do a recap or answer the questions. And tonight's perfect for that. It's Friday. We only have 130 people in chat. We almost got our goal. We're just chilling. Don't apologize. It's all good. Come in when you come in, okay? Thank you.
Or a lot of times walking back to the front door doing this. And my point of doing that is because I was making sure that I didn't see him, like, you know, if he needed something or like getting out or whatever. And he stays in the car. Like, I really can stay in the car all the time with, like, if like Lena's in the car, he'll be like, it's okay, stay here, buddy, we'll be right back. Didn't think anything of it because he had his Switch with him and he was playing his Switch.
Did he know what store you were in?
Yeah, Petco.
So like if he needed you or
right.
else.
Right, but and I did keep walking to the door several times, and I'm pretty sure I did it on the second visit too, walking back to the door just to make sure, you know, like if he was like, oh, you know, sure, I need you or whatever, sure. So yeah, you can see that on there. So do you need to know like what I did in there, or you just?
So you're just in there shopping, and then
it wasn't even a long shop. Like,
okay.
Like it wasn't.
And then you come back out, and then where do you go?
So I know we were right in that area, like different places, but I don't think I stopped anywhere else specific to get anything other than Starbucks. I made a wrong turn, and then 2 times at Petco, and I was looking for Marshalls, but
after the second time at Petco, did you go anywhere?
I think after that Petco is when we started to head home.
Okay, so you go home,
and I want to give you like an accurate of that if I pull this up, because I feel like right after Petco we went home. I don't want
to try and bring it up.
Yeah, I don't want you to think that I missed a stop or something. And I will tell you, on the way there, we did stop and get gas somewhere.
Okay.
I can't remember if it was on the way there or way home.
Do you remember what station?
But we did stop and get gas.
7-Eleven.
Here,
come and go.
Even if she said why, would you believe her anyway? Yeah, look at how the detective is laid back in the chair trying to distance herself from, and it's just a show. This is like watching a shit show, you guys. You're just sitting back and letting her tell you what happened, because she is telling us what happened. She's just leaving out the parts of where she stabbed and shot Gannon. But a lot of the blanks, she's filling in for them right now. Thank you. Oh, yeah. How are you doing? Oh, happy Friday to you. What is up, Coffee and Doug Studios? Jay, is this the video? Is a recent video or something after the first trial? Not after the first trial. There's only been one trial. She's going to get a retrial, and we're going over the stuff that led to her guilty verdict. Just because we can. And thank you for being here. Love to Vermont. Lisa, thank you so much for the $5 super sticker. You're awesome. Just lying away, right? All right.
If you gotta go,
I hate to do this. Yeah, I need to run out. I'm gonna come back. Okay. It shouldn't take me very long, hopefully. But please continue talking with Detective Houston, and then whenever I get done with that, I'm gonna come back in and we'll get back on again. Okay?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull this up too. Yet. Oh,
she's so stupid.
Okay.
Sure. The USA app is being slow too.
Okay. Is it my phone?
I don't. You can try that corner again. It might. This floor is a little weird. So after you guys left Petco, so did you buy something there that time, or
the second time? Yes.
Okay.
And I know she kept asking me about what was Gannon doing, what was he, whatever, blah 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 blah. So I'm gonna say this about getting back.
Okay.
So everyone has been like about this whole thing about camera footage and this happened because we didn't see this or didn't see this. So
if you guys didn't know, Al also got remarried, and I'm really grateful for that woman that married him, because when you get into the interviews of him in the aftermath of this, of all the guilty verdicts, he's one of those men, he's a military man. He needs a woman, like a soft touch. And this lady knew his pain. And there's a lot about that, but he did remarry. And it's interesting because the woman that he remarried looks like a younger, prettier version of Landon, which was is Gannon's mom and the other baby. It's weird. It's so weird how life is.
I'm very smart.
What do you mean, everyone?
So, like, my whole family is being harassed. My mom is being threatened to be killed. My daughter is being stalked. That's why it took me a while to get here, because I had to put some safety measures in for her own well-being.
Damn, I didn't realize that.
My family from back home is being threatened. People are saying they're sending people after them. All those things. So, there's always a world of people making situations and saying, let's be a good person, but then threaten someone else.
Okay.
And so being aware of that's what was going on. So in between all that and all these people were sending me like messages that people were saying and blah, blah, blah. I didn't respond to any of them. During all that, there was something along the lines of someone checked neighbors 2 doors down or something, camera footage, and never saw anyone do this or that. Like, I don't know, like specifics. But my point behind telling you that is, if this is what you guys, and I'm not saying this is what you're basing stuff on, if this is what you're basing stuff on, is like in this day and age, timelines, security, things like that, you will see on somebody's security, Gannon and I run to the car at 10 something that morning and we're returning at 2 something.
And that did happen, guys, but he never left the house again is the problem. Okay, she just told us exactly what happened. However, I say this to say that there's no way that he left the house again to go play with a friend or run away, because he never left the house again. He left the house with her. We see him getting into the truck, almost looking like he's sick. And then he comes home and you can see his shadow getting out, but you never see that kid again, period. You only see her leaving, kind of like Chris Watts. Chris Watts' family went into the house, but never came out. All right. I assure you, it's not a UFO. Julie, welcome. Good to see you. I don't know if some of you guys, or how many of you guys are new to this case or what, but there's so much to it. And there's so many different images, things that you got to see to piece it together. I'll pop some up.
Okay. So I remember specifically the truck. I pulled it right in front of the ring, and
our ring.
Yes, but we don't have a subscription. Okay. But according to these neighbors who can see all the way to the truck every day, they should be able to show you during those time frames that we run in, we run out, he runs back in or whatever.
Okay.
And then
so you leave around 10 something, and then you get back around 2 something.
I feel like it was like 2:35, 2:25.
225, 235. And by the way, if you guys want to tag someone, it usually only works on a computer. Whenever I'm on a computer, you just hit the @ symbol and start typing in Lucy Day and it will highlight. But when I'm on my phone, it doesn't. All right. Rebecca, happy Friday to you guys.
Do something.
Okay.
Because I knew I had to be back in time to do a couple things. And then I knew Lane would be coming there. I knew Harley would be getting off work. Yada, yada, yada. So that was my whole thing. So going on from there, Gannon goes inside, I think first. I don't want to misquote myself, but I'm pretty sure he ran in first. And I had the bag for Petco and all that stuff in my hand. Now,
Which door did you guys use?
We always go in through the garage if we like park like on the front part of the yard, I think of that. Sure. So we go in through the garage. Okay. He goes in through the garage. I go in. I'm getting ready to put up the things, stuff like that. And this is where it got. I made a mistake. This is it. Okay.
There it is.
So,
but she's not going to say it.
Got inside. I heard something, but I didn't think anything about it because I thought, maybe Gannon was like doing something. Maybe we were like doing whatever. Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of them.
And the guy was in there.
Now there's a guy in there.
I gave him the code.
And she gave him the code.
Yeah, it's all my fault because I gave him our code to fix the carpet. Okay. And I shouldn't have. Okay.
And right now she's telling the officer that it's all her fault. And it is. She did this. So bits and pieces are coming out, guys. And it comes out more when she does that interview with the psychiatrist, the wacky doodle psychiatrist. All right. So just listen up if you know this. Yes, Deb is in the house. Deb's always in the house. Deb, where are you at?
And he was inside. I noticed when I had walked in and I saw our we have like a little bookshelf thingy. I keep my shades in there too, but we also have like our guns and stuff. I saw it was open, but in my mind I thought maybe I left my shades or whatever.
Your sunglasses?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't think anything of it when I heard the noise, and I just started walking downstairs. But I didn't walk downstairs with like a gun or anything like that. So I started walking downstairs, and when I walked down,
where did that come out of? I didn't walk downstairs with a gun or anything, guys. First, it's all my fault, and then I didn't walk. Come on. That was a big one for me when she said, I didn't have a gun or anything, which means when she went downstairs, she had a gun, and that's when she shot him. All right? All right. Lie. Leticia.
Upstairs, I hear something again. Well, at that point in time, Gannon was on the sofa, and I saw him, and I heard something again, and I walked on around to where so Gannon's room is here, and then there's a storage closet here.
Okay.
And I heard something, and so I walked to the storage closet to open the storage closet, and when I do, it's him. And he was standing in there. He had on gloves.
In the storage closet?
Yes.
Okay.
He had one of the guns. And I was terrified. So terrified. And then he just knocked me down and like towards Gannon's room. And he was hitting on me. It was like hard, like on the ground. And he was trying to like rape me. And I told her. I said, I have to tell you about this.
Okay.
And like, I from there on was like in a blur because I was trying so hard because Gannon had a table in his room and I went back and hit my head on it.
Now, I want you to realize by now that Gannon's dad, Al, is not buying any of this. And sometime between here and prior, they're already following her. They're already recording phone calls. Al believes that she did something. He believes that she killed his son, but he keeps in contact with her so he can find out what happened. Now, she does do the leakage like 192. She talks about the Florida route that she took, and ultimately she dumped Gannon's body off of a Florida like a side rail, all right, like a overpass. All right, does anyone know what Kim? What's Kim asking? Did they ever interview any of the home workers? No, they didn't. That never came up in the trial because it was all a lie. There was nothing, none of that stuff happened.
Like with him, Gannon runs inside the room and like tries to like, be helpful, do something, whatever. And from there, it was kind of like a blur, everything else that was going on. Because I was just like crying and I was freaking out. I swear to God, I don't know what happened from there. I really don't know what had happened.
She blacked out.
Okay. I don't.
She remembers everything.
And I'm just like, in the moment thinking, I had like these memories of like, wow, like the thing was open, he had the gun. And I didn't remember what happened from there. And so I kind of like blacked out just a little bit. And so all these things are going through my mind as I'm blacked out. I don't know if like, I know he was like, when Gannon was like trying to get on him, I know he was like moving Gannon and, like, and it was just all like, so like a cycle to me. And so I'm like out of it for a little bit, just for a little bit. And then from when the time I woke up, but like I kind of blacked out a little bit. And I immediately like freaked out. I was like, I couldn't find Gannon. I was like, the guy was still in the house. Lena was on the way. I didn't know where Gannon was at because I was calling for Gannon. I thought he was hiding. Like I legit thought he was hiding in like maybe the other closet that was on the other side, the other, whatever. I thought he was hiding.
Okay.
I was so scared. So
where
I
is
run
he?
up the stairs because I hear that, I know it's like almost time for Lena. And I hear that the Ring app had like an alert for someone at the front door, but it could have been just like Amazon or something driving by because there was nobody at the front door. And then I run back downstairs because in my mind I was like thinking, where is
notice how she's not crying anymore. Notice how she blacked out and doesn't remember anything, but now she's going back to tell her what she remembers while she blacked out. Come on.
Gannon. And I didn't want to leave and like run outside and scream and go crazy because I did not know where he was at the time. And everybody says to me, like, because I told Albert and them about it. And they're like, why didn't you like run to go get help? And I didn't want to leave to go get help. And I was terrified because I know Albert would kill me because Gannon was still in there. So then when I get downstairs, he has the gun and he has Gannon. And I'm sitting there like freaking out, like, okay, what do you want me to do? Blah, blah, blah. So Lena does make it to the door at this time. And then, so I go upstairs because
That's never a blah, blah, blah moment when you're telling a detective about somebody that kidnapped a young boy and tried to rape you. Blah, blah, blah should never be in that equation, okay? Every detail counts. So, I mean, she might as well just put her hands out right now and say, cuff me. Just a waste of resources and time.
I know that he was like, don't say anything, because I didn't know if someone thought like he was a cop, or, you know, if someone heard something, or I didn't know anything. So my thought process was, if I say anything, Gannon's down here, you know, I need to just be as cool as possible at, like, because we order things at Amazon like all the time, you know, books and things like that. So it was Lena. So the reason I sent Lena away was because I wanted her to be safe too. So I sent Lena on a mission to go get like the mail. Lena, it never gets the mail. No, nothing like that. I sent her on a mission to go get the mail.
Okay.
And so I just started making up random things for Lena to go do. And I looked at Lena and I said, she was standing there, I was like, just stay gone for a little while, because I didn't want her.
That actually really happened, guys. She did that to send them away so she could clean up the mess or finish what she started. You got to remember, there was a 9mm included. There was a gunshot wound on the top of his head. I don't know what time she did that, but somebody would have heard the gunshot unless she used the pillow. Now she put him over the bridge, the overpass bridge, with a pillow and a blanket. So I don't know. I didn't see the hole in it. I saw the hole in the top of his head and the holes in his shirt. So I just don't know. I know. And they're having her guilty verdict got overturned. Oh, yeah. And that's why we're talking about this right now.
Coming back, and then that's, you know, like her in a stress in the situation as we were too. So like in my mind, I think if I say anything, if I do anything, I just didn't know what to do. I was in complete panic. So I go back downstairs again, and I'm like pleading and like talking and like all these things going on, like just back and forth with him. And why are you doing this? Why did you hurt us? Why are you doing these things? And then it just started being like a hustle and puzzle, like back and forth. And I don't even remember how it kept going for, you know, like maybe I say 5 or 10 minutes, but I don't know if it was that long. And then he was like on top of me again. And then I kind of lied out again because he was hitting my head again. Really? And then I was on the table that was inside, like in between there's a red blue table in there.
I don't, you know, Stephen Stern's mom is not a mod no shoot vaccine. And hello to you. Stephen Stern's mom doesn't have the blocking privilege to anything. She can't block you. Nobody could block you but the mods, and the mods are very kind, we'll say. So yes, hello and happy Friday. It is not her show, nor is she a mod. I don't know what happened, but let's listen to this interview and hopefully enjoy our Friday. I mean, this is a crazy case, and the fact that they spent so much time trying to get a confession out of her, piece it together, record phone calls, and then there was the trial. All right. Happy Friday to you. I hope you're doing well. All right, let's continue.
Okay. Like, forced me in there again, and he was trying to do it again. And I was just like losing my mind, like completely. Like Albert's sister was raped. And so like in my mind I kept thinking Albert's gonna be like I'm nothing, and I shouldn't have been thinking about that. I shouldn't have been, but I was, and that was all I could keep thinking about, you know, like was like Albert was gonna be upset, Gannon's over here, Lena's coming, all these emotions are running through there. And then he was like, he asked me to give him a suitcase, and I gave him a brown suitcase, and then he hit me on the head again.
Okay, guys, there's the suitcase story, and the suitcase is real. Gannon's body was put into a suitcase and dumped over a bridge overpass area. All right, so there, and his body was in that suitcase in the garage already when law enforcement got there. If you watch the body cam of them going, because she called because Gannon was missing, he was right freaking there. They walked right past his body inside of a piece of luggage, which they wouldn't know, right? They wouldn't have known. It was too early on to smell decomp or any of that. All right, let's continue.
It's like right here. He just kept like hitting me right there like that.
Okay.
And guys, that's what she did to Ganon. What she just showed you is what she actually did to him. I just saw his skull and it was fractured in the back. Right where she said, not only was there a shot, right where she said there's 1 9mm shot, his skull was completely broken open from the blunt force trauma that she was convicted of. All right. Yes, she's a demon, 110%. If you see the autopsies or any of that ever, you'll realize what she's showing you is what she did to him. All right, let's continue.
Then he did that, and then I blacked out again. I was having panic attacks, and then I don't know what happened from there. I really don't. I don't know. I just know that I did lie. I did. When they came, I did say, get and left, whatever. You know that. But he never did. He never left to go play. I just didn't know what to do, and I panicked in the moment. And I didn't want Albert to be like trying to hurt us because we kind of get a lot of fights.
Now she's blaming Albert.
That's the only reason that I made up the lie, is because I knew that I didn't want to face the consequences of, trying to explain to him all that was going on. Because he was saying to me, you're trying to make this about you. This is not about you. And I knew all those things because I've lived in it. So I panicked, and I just told a story, and I was going to try to think of a plan. And I'm sorry that it might have delayed, looking for Gannon. But I do not know where Gannon was. I do not know. I do not know his whereabouts from that point on.
But you
it
know
was
now?
Still in the same time frame that I gave you guys. So there was no contradictory to that same time frame, because it still was about 4 o'clock.
Okay, so go over the time frame with me. What was the time frame?
It had to be around 4.
Okay.
Because Harley gets off at 4:30.
Okay.
And so Harley had just gotten home, or no, was on her way home or something, and my phone was alerting. I knew Harley was on her way home, and I was gonna tell Harley when she got there. I was gonna be like, look, this is what happened. We need to get help. We need to call 911. And all I kept thinking about was, it's gonna be my fault, because I gave him the code. He brought the carpet. He did all that.
Okay.
And
did he fix it?
No, I had already cut it. He brought the big roll of carpet.
I want you guys to realize that this house fully had cameras in it, okay? Cameras that she could watch, Al could watch, Ring doorbell, all that stuff. And there was no guy that came over with a roll of carpet or anybody else besides her and the children. So I don't even know why she thinks this might work. Thank you so much, Cool and Chris. Let's get this goal. Love you, J Mods and chat. Thank you. Yes. Evil Lucifer's wife.
The house. He brought that. Yeah.
Okay.
And
where's that at the house?
It's in the back storage room.
Okay. Is that the one that he was hiding in?
Huh?
Is that the storage room that he was in?
Yes.
Whenever you went down there?
Yes. I put the carpet back in the storage room. And the reason I put the carpet back in there because it was laying in the so the storage room was right here. It had fallen over at some point when all this was going on. So I picked it up and put it back on the thing. I rolled it up.
Oh.
It wasn't all the way rolled out.
That's also what she did to Gannon's body as well. I want you guys to realize that. She rolled him up into a fetal position. One of his hands was clenched. The other one was out. And she rolled the blanket and the pillow and stuffed him into a suitcase. So when she's talking about rolling it up and putting it away, she did do that. But she did that to Gannon's body. All right. They didn't show us camera footage in the house, so we didn't get to hear that, but they have camera footage around the perimeter. They never showed anything inside. I would assume they had them inside, but we didn't get to see any of that. All right. And thank you, Jen's a gypsy. Eduardo was framed. And Cool and Chris, we made it. Thank you. We made the goal. Let's continue. We're not frozen. I just paused
out, but it was somewhat rolled out through the promotion, and I rolled it back up and put it on the inside.
Okay. Okay.
She did do that.
Are you doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So the time frame is that 4 o'clock is whenever.
I don't want to tell you exactly 4. I don't like saying that because I
About
don't
4
want you-
o'clock was
Okay, yeah.
whenever. We can say about.
Okay.
Okay. And then what happened after that?
So
Did
Lane
Harley
is-
come home? Or?
Yeah, Lane is still out and about. Harley's home, comes home or whatever. I'm pacing the house, like trying to think of a plan of like, what do I do? And I should have like immediately like gotten on the phone, did whatever. But all I kept thinking about was, it's all my fault. It's my fault because Albert's going to say to me, you gave some stranger access to our home. You know, this is all on you. And in my mind, I thought I could fix it. Like in my mind, I thought I could fix this. And I don't know why I thought that. That was a horrible decision-making process. But it also was in a very emotional state that in normal situations, people can say all they want. I will call, I would do this, I would do this. But if you're not in a situation, everybody handles things differently.
Sure.
And I was making an irrational decision in a panic situation when I should have immediately.
Again, she's talking about what she did to Gannon and his body, in my opinion.
Easily. Being an educator, being all these things, it should have been one of those things where it was immediate, know how to answer. And you might think, this girl's going to want to be a flight attendant. She's got to be able to think fast.
Mm-hmm.
It was not that easy in the moment because my mind was in so many directions that I could fix it. I literally thought I was going to fix it.
Sure.
And that was where it went from there. So I was going to tell Harley. I didn't tell Harley. I paced around the situation and was thinking, okay, if I don't have any kind of like information, like if I don't have a plan in my brain by a certain time, that's when I'm going to call authority.
Okay.
And so that's how.
So you had like predetermined a time that you were going to call if you hadn't figured anything out?
Well, I didn't come up with a specific time, but in my brain I kept saying, okay, I got to act soon. But I knew that, you know, I'm like thinking by 6:30, like I need to make a good decision because what am I going to tell the girls? Because they're going to be like, you know, like where's Gannon? Da da da. Like because we were going to all go eat sushi, so that was where that time frame.
Now there's
would have been like, what am I supposed to do? Go get in the car and be like, Gannon's not going with us. I couldn't keep going on and on with the irrational decision of not calling 911.
Okay.
And I had to stop the decision.
So what happened? So tell me what happened as it went on.
So I called 911.
Okay.
And they said, hey, sorry, you know, this is not an emergency. You have to call this other line.
Okay.
So I called the other line, and it was a 4-hour wait for them to get there.
Okay.
So 4 hours later, they came. I'm still in a panic set. I'm like, these people are, nothing I say is going to solve this situation. So I did say, can't live at this time. Again, I admitted it's a very rational decision because it could have been more helpful to be honest and say, this is the description, here's who we're looking for, instead of like the situation being like,
Gannon ran away.
And that was horrible. I should have done that because I panicked.
Okay.
I need to make a decision.
Okay.
You know, and so from then on, that's when you guys came. They came through, asked me questions. They searched the house, every room, flashlights, you know, whatever. They went outside in the garage. They searched my car, blah, 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 blah.
Okay. And was Harley there at this time?
Mm-hmm.
When they did the searches?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Because she had, it took like 4 hours. So it was like later in the night that this had happened.
Okay. So when you say they searched your car, which car did they search?
Like the car, my car, like the black car.
The black car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like so there was a deputy, there was like 6 or 7. And then one of those deputies that responded to the scene, he came around with a flashlight.
He did.
And he like searched like everything up and down, every.
He did, and he walked right by those boxes and right by that luggage bag.
Room, would ask me questions like, would this wallet be here? Would this be here? You know, like, would this be here? Would this be here?
Sure, trying to figure out what's normal, what's not normal.
And I put everything back in order. Like, like I told you I moved the carpet. You know, I fixed the situation because I was being stupid, and I should have told them what had really happened.
Okay.
And so
you think?
He went through everything. He went through the outside. He went through the car. He went through the trunk. He went through everything.
Like he actually got into the car?
He wanted my ID.
Okay.
And he asked me, he said, do you mind if I look around? He
Sure.
looked in the garage. He opened my car. In fact, he left my car to open because the next morning the back door was open.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he went in the car doors. I mean, I'm sure you guys have a record of who was in there, but he opened the car, opened up the trunk. He looked through the bags that were in the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
He looked through everything in the garage, looked the bags, whatever were here, came back in. He did the same thing, and like in different parts.
So he's trying to be like really thorough.
Yeah, like trying to be really, really thorough. He was going through every part of the house.
Okay.
And he asked me, is anything missing? And it was the truth. There was nothing missing because I did take the gun that he had. I did put the gun back.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So,
all right. So real quickly, since we've got a little bit more, but I wanted to share this with you because we've been talking about it, and it's only right if we tell the whole story. Gruesome end. Gannon Stauch 11 was stabbed and shot before stuffed in a suitcase and tossed off the side of a Florida freeway. All right.
Police arrested his stepmother, Letecia Stauch, earlier this month. This afternoon, prosecutors tacked on new charges, alleging the use of a firearm, knife, or sharp object in the murder.
Did you guys see where she dumped him off, by the way? I'm not going to show all this, but I just wanted you guys to see. All right. Anyway, you saw the bridge area, and now it went to something else. So we're going to go back to that. She threw him off of a bridge near Florida area. All right.
So was there anything else that happened on Monday? Like, did you talk to Harley about it, or
about
Nina?
About what I told you?
Mm-hmm.
No, I told them just the first, like the first situation.
Like what you told our dispatcher.
Right.
That and that was that Gannon went to go play at a friend's house.
Right.
And do you remember the friend's house name?
I never gave anyone a name or anything at all.
Miranda.
And also too, like, I didn't want to leave out any key points or whatever.
Sure.
I had my headphones on because when I was like upstairs when it all started, I had my headphones on, so my headphones were still on through the whole scene. So that's why if you ask me like where, like, did you hear any noises? Did you hear anyone leaving? Did you hear the alarm go back off? I had my headphones still on. They were still on my head.
When you came inside the house?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like I had my headphones still on when I came inside the house. Like not coming in the house with them, but like in the house. When I went downstairs, I still had my headphones.
Does she think if she talks more, she's going to confuse the shit out of them and they're just going to say, it's okay, don't worry about it? I don't know what she thinks. Wow. Hashtag beats.
Okay.
Yeah, like I did like this.
Sorry. Okay, so help me understand.
Yeah.
So when you came into the house, you didn't have them on, but then you had them on when you went downstairs?
Yeah, because I came in doing like a normal, I would get ready to listen to music, I was going to work out thing.
Oh, okay.
So I like, you like move on back and forth.
What kind do you have?
Like I have Beats audio.
Like the ones that go over or like they come in?
Yeah, the ones that like,
okay.
Go, like they kind of like smash your head in or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I always have to
like
I always have to
on
like,
your head?
I always have to like move them, like back and forth and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's what I was doing, like moving them when I was like, do I hear something? Because it's kind of like I heard something, but I wasn't sure that I heard something.
All right, so listen up, guys. What where he was found and what the circumstances are. So this was a weird one. If you don't know, they were in Colorado and they found human remains in Florida. All right, they tentatively identified them as Ganon, but they didn't know, so it took a while. All right, El Paso Sheriff's Office confirmed the human remains found in Florida were identified as 11-year-old Gannon Stauch. All right, they found on January 27th, he went missing from Colorado Springs, and they found him. Like, I don't know why they don't have the date here, but here's the thing. It was the 4th Judicial District Attorney's Office who filed those charges in the case against Letecia Stauch, the stepmother, and that's the same district that one of those jurors was related to. One of the jurors was related to someone in the 4th Judicial District. All right, so she's found guilty, first degree, all of that. Medical examiner performed an autopsy and they identified him as Ganon. Again, it was quite a ways away from where they lived. So it's unusual to find someone that far and then really be able to identify that. So that's what I want to show you. It was right down there in the rocks underneath this. So either she stopped here or she stopped there. I can't tell where she had access to. Right? It was it a fisherman or some guy that was down there that found him? And you can see the charges: first degree, 2 counts, child abuse, tampering with deceased human remains, tampering with physical evidence, crime of violence, 8 counts. All right. I don't know why they don't. I mean, where's the date on here? Okay, so March 20th, 2020 is when they must have found the remains then, right off of there, down in the rocks. All right, just so you know where what she did, where she left him, and what the hell she's talking about. All right.
Something at all, and that's when I started going upstairs.
Okay. And are they like noise canceling or anything like that, or ambient sound, or do they just do like play regular music?
I mean, I think they would be voice canceling, right? Because that would be.
I don't know. I think you can get them either way.
That would be beats. I'm not sure.
I think you can get them either way.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if you knew.
Yeah, I don't know. We have 2 different pairs, and the one.
Okay.
We have 2 different, and I know one of them is like the push, like push in kind or whatever, and the other one doesn't push in as much, and I have the ones that like.
Okay, thank you.
So you have 2 different pairs.
No, Albert. I'm saying like we have 2
as a family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So which ones were you wearing?
Mine.
Okay, which color are those?
I feel like they're like a rose gold or maybe like
Okay, so it was bridge inspectors and divine timing. Bridge inspectors apparently go every 2 years to check. All right. He found that suitcase just right down there. Mama lost CPP. Yes, I believe it was all me, line to clean up crew. All right, let's continue.
matte, like a matte gold. Or,
okay. And what color are Albert's?
Okay.
Red, I think.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. We just want to make sure
yeah.
that, you know, like if we see them or whatever again, then we know which ones are yours,
yeah,
which
yeah,
ones are his. So that it's like, you know, if you said that that your head got hit and stuff like that, and we'll go back to that
right.
a little bit, but maybe if he like touched them or something like that, then we want to make sure that we get the right ones.
Right.
Okay. So was there anything else that happened Monday, like after the deputies left or anything like that?
No. So I went out to my car that morning because I knew that Albert was going to fly in or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so normal, like routine, you know, like I got up, whatever. I got in my car and I realized that the guy had left the back door open. And then so I was like, oh, my car might not crank. And I, drive out and I drive down the street because
I want you to realize we're on normal speed right now. That it's not sped up at all. And that's how she's talking. These ladies barely say anything because she just continues to babble on and on.
I'm going to drive my car, blah, 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 to pick it up. And I decided to come back because it was too early. His flight wasn't coming in until 8:53.
Okay.
And I was going to honestly just drive. I had to think in my brain, I was like, this is the best thing. But I didn't. I just drove down the street, came back.
And that was in your black car?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you ended up picking him up later?
Yeah.
And you took your black car to do that?
No. Yes. So what happened is I took my black car, but I sent him a message earlier and I said, hey, is it okay if we get a rental car?
Okay.
And he said, yes. I have a leased vehicle, so you can only put 1,000 miles on it. And I'm pretty anal about, I don't want to go over and that type of thing.
Okay.
So his car is very expensive on gas. So I was going to I did get a little economy car.
Yes.
And I knew we'd be driving around everywhere. Everybody was searching. And in my mind, I was freaking out because I'm going to be blamed because I gave someone our code and our home. And so I was I know we're going to drive everywhere all day. So I was I'm going to get a rental car.
Not
so
yet.
I did. And so I got my.
They hadn't found his body yet, Deb. They didn't find his body. They don't know what condition he's in at all. This is not even a typical interrogation. This is supposed to be just a room where they talk, like a witness. I guess witnesses. What did you say earlier, Foxy? It's not an interrogation. It's just where they talk to people, usually victims, family members, etc. They actually found his body right around the same time where they had brought her in for her final. And this was actually an interrogation. And she thought she was leaving. And they said, oh, no, you're not. They had identified his body at that time. So no, they don't know any of this right now. This is all like the very beginning. Oh, you remember that, huh? Miles from your house? Well, prayers for Gannon, and may he get the justice he deserves. Interview room. Yeah, I don't, sometimes words just, it's an interview room, not an interrogation room. All right, let's continue.
I got my rental car and I left my black car at the airport.
You left it at the airport.
Right. Because I had to have a way to, like, I didn't walk. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Albert asked me where my car was at, and I told him it was at French. The reason I told him that is because Albert and I get in a lot of fusses about this whole working and changing career thing that you guys, I told you about in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And that was like a personal situation that I didn't want to fuss with him about, you know, like the working and changing, you're going to give up your career for this, and this. So I just said, he knew I had just worked at French. So he knew that. So I said, it was at French, one of my friends brought me. That's what I told him.
Okay. So
that's why he thought it was at French, but it was my way of, so he thought that I wanted him, he knew I had to go get my stuff from French because I stopped working there. So, and that's kind of, I wanted it to go with the story because I wasn't ready yet to tell him I wasn't returning.
Go with the story.
It just wasn't.
Okay, so he doesn't know that yet.
Well, he knows that, like, I'm going to be a flight attendant, and then, oh, never mind, I can't do it because I've been back and forth. You're going to go from making almost, I make like 60 grand to, I think they make like $18 to $20 an hour, but you can only do so many things, like reserve shifts, you got my crash pads. So I'm back and forth on something I really want to do and the money. So I went back and forth with him on that, and that was just one of those things where I just wasn't prepared to be like, oh, you're gonna be a teacher again. Oh, you're gonna do this again. Oh, you're back at the school again. Blah blah blah. You know, so you're back at subbing again. So
you drove to the airport in your black car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What time did you do that?
His flight landed at 8:50 something, so I got there in time to park my car, and then I walked up to the thing, and he was coming down the escalator, and then I go over to budget, and I get the rental car. He's sitting on the little corner over here, waiting on his bags.
Right.
We walk out, we get the car.
Yes. Well.
Okay. And so, where did you park your car at the airport? Do you remember?
In the short-term parking, maybe about like middle way. Okay. It's a long, like the short-term. I say it goes from, you got the rental cars, the section here, section. So it went to like the farther section, and maybe like over here.
Okay. Okay. And then
she rented a car to pick up Al from the airport. Al came home because Gannon was missing. All right. So he was like, why do you have a rental? And she's like, oh, I'm just trying to save mileage on my car, which means she was probably either she had put the body in her car, or she was planning to go the next day and get rid of the body in a different car. All right. But she did ultimately use that rental to dump his body.
But you're in your black car this morning.
Right.
Okay.
Because I had to turn the rental car back in.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So you picked your car up this morning?
No. So I took the rental car back last night because I didn't know what time situation, he's upset with me for not telling you guys first, so that, it could have been a quicker search or whatever the case may be. So I didn't know, like, I thought we were going to have to stay, like at a hotel or something.
10 minutes? Are you tired, Mo? Just about 10 more minutes, and then we've been here 2.5 hours. Happy Friday. I know you guys are all doing something and what have you, but yeah, we're almost done. I'm hungry too, and I got chores still.
So I parked my car. My Harley picked me up because I was going to get a room at the hotel.
Okay.
And so I thought you guys knew that because it was sheriff's search.
Yes.
Well, people are working different pieces,
yeah.
And so I just want to make sure that when we're talking that I have all of the information, right? So if I ask you something that you feel like has already been covered before, I'm not trying to be a brat or anything like that. Yeah. I just want to make sure we have everything. We're all on the same page with everything. Right. Okay. So you drove the rental car back last night, early this morning? Time
No,
frame?
it was last night. It wasn't that late.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then Harley picked you up, and you left your car at the airport still?
No. Okay, so I drove my car. I drove the rental car back. Got in my car.
Okay.
Left.
Okay.
Okay, so I didn't have anywhere to go because they're fussing at me and people were not, everything's going on in the searches and things like that. So I just basically I didn't really have anywhere to go, and some of my stuff was at home, so I didn't have a card to get gas. I didn't have anything like that. So I was basically like just like going somewhere parking, like trying to save more.
Hey, we don't do interrogations very often or interviews. Most of the time it's presenting cases. Well, because this is coming back out and there's not a lot of coverage on it, I want people to know what happened to Gannon. So I get it. We're gonna probably pick one day a week where we do the phone calls and all of that. So be aware, all right? I watched the trial and I can't believe. I know, me too. I was not a creator at the time when I watched all of this either. So I didn't have anywhere to talk about it or say anything.
Because it got a little bit cold or whatever. Sure. So finally, I just gave in and was like, Albert, look. And he was like, I need you to tell me the truth. And that's when I started messaging her that, Elwood, I'm going to come home and I'm sorry. I'll tell you exactly what happened. It's all my fault because I should have let everyone know that I gave someone the code. And I tried to replace the carpet. So at that point, I leave my car at the hotel, which was near Harley's work.
Okay.
And Albert was like, you guys coming? And I said, yes, we're on our way. I leave my car at the hotel the entire night and leaving Harley's car. We stay at home last night. And then I come back with Harley when she came to work this morning and I walk over to the hotel.
Okay. So had you gone and gotten a hotel room and then changed your mind and decided to stay home, or you just parked your car?
No, I parked my car because I was going to get a hotel. And my thought process was if we got in Harley's car and went home, and I didn't want people like he's like wife is there, I didn't want people like no domestic type situations like going on, just me myself against like her family and that type of thing. So my plan was we'll just come back here and stay at the hotel if we have to.
Sure.
So that was the whole point of me leaving my car there.
Okay. Do you remember which hotel it was?
Yes, it's the
I know.
The Holiday Inn that was right there.
Holiday Inn.
Yeah, and again that's where the police were at.
I know.
Where my car was at.
We were?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it could have been something separate, but I just assumed because when I got in my car to pick it up, I was just like,
work
at the one at Center Point.
Center Point,
Mhm.
so over by like the movie theater and stuff like that. Okay. And it was sheriff's cars or CSPD cars?
El Paso, whatever, white and maybe green, white and something.
Okay.
I just assumed they were there because you guys in my car was there, but I parked it there because
She looks like she's all tweaked out, and I'm sure she hasn't showered for days, but I don't think she's on anything. I think that maybe she's manic. I mean, I know she has mental health problems, not to the point that she would get not guilty by reason of insanity at all, but I don't know what this is.
I only drove one car in case we came back. We had to stay at the hotel, so.
Okay.
So yeah, it was parked there.
Okay.
And then I picked it back up this morning. So.
You picked it back up this morning?
Yeah.
And then you came here, or did you go anywhere first?
No, I was just driving around because I was on the phone trying to figure out situations for, like, my mom was getting, like I told you, was getting all those messages. So I wanted to, like, talk to them because they were freaking out and I hadn't been able to talk to them in the last 24 hours. So at that point, my mom was like really worried that I hadn't told her why are these people, sending her death threats,
It's not even the waste of time for me. It's those poor parents. It's the parents and the jurors that have to see the stuff all over again. Of course, it'll be different jurors, but the parents, Al and Landon, were devastated. I don't know how that's going to go down.
And so at that point in time, I had to make that decision to focus on making sure my mom knew, like, hey, don't respond to, anything people say, and that type of thing.
So I did have one question. I know, like, and it was probably really frustrating. I know your husband was upset and stuff like that too. Like we took a long time to get out there for, I guess we were under the impression that it was a runaway or whatever.
Right.
So it took longer.
Probably.
To you guys. But in the meantime, like when we did get out there, there's like all these people out in the neighborhood and like stuff going on in Facebook and stuff like that. How did that happen? Like,
Albert had someone else start talking on Facebook. One of the kids' moms.
Okay.
So she like initiated something on Facebook, and then of course all the people comment on it.
Okay.
Because the community page is a quite active page for it.
Okay. I didn't know if you had.
They also all blamed her. That's why she did that interview with her hair backwards or what have you. She didn't show her face.
Posted something or Albert.
Not originally. He had
fun,
to go Cambria to post an original post initially, and then.
Okay. Is that like a friend of your guys's or?
That's one of the kids, Braden's mom.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, they will.
Okay. So I want to go back a little bit.
Okay.
Just to kind of.
I could like use the restroom really fast?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sure.
I didn't get it. You already. You'll have to like.
Here it is. Are you going to take your hot pocket to the bathroom, or you're not going to take your hot pocket to the bathroom, are you? We're almost there, guys. I do appreciate you. I know people have different preferences with different channels and what they like to watch and hear, but I'm kind of here for it all. When I say true crime, it's true crime. It's just whatever I'm connecting with and whatever the mod's connecting with or the case that's coming down. And so, yeah, sometimes we do interrogation. Sometimes we don't. Many times we don't. But yeah, I like to do them when I can relax with you guys and talk to you guys and not present a case, since I have got lots of cases I've presented that need updates.
Like, be like, is it?
No, we're coming back. We're
okay, I was
going
going to say, was it like a long-term process or something like that?
No, you can just leave everything wherever it is, and we don't have to like clean up anything or anything like that. And I'll just show you where the restroom is. Okay. Do you want to leave that here or move what? Your hot pocket. Oh, you don't want to take it to the bathroom, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
DNA, baby.
Got my face on.
He also messed up, though. He's the judge that messed up. Yep.
I have the munchies. I can't, because he'll lose his job. If he loses his job, I don't know. Like, it wouldn't work out that well.
It's all about her, guys.
Yeah.
What did she say?
I know. I'm not going to do that because Albert will lose his job. Okay. All right. Let me do. Sorry, I didn't know you were on the phone. It's okay.
Totally just switched up her mood.
A little caffeine.
You see that? The jacket's back.
So I just want to back up with you.
She was crying on the phone, and then she just switched up when the lady came in. She said, "Oh, that's okay," after she was crying. And you got to bet your ass that detective stood by the door and listened to that phone call. You can stand by the door and usually see the camera into the room.
We kind of have like a good overview of everything. But so we can start really narrowing down to try and find Ganon and everything else like that. I just want to try and get more specific stuff on everything. Yeah. So I just write some stuff down. Okay. So so going back to the just a little bit to the fire part, you said that Gannon had some stuff on his arms. What part of his arms was that?
I don't remember, like the inner area.
You just point to like wherever
like
it was.
in in the area like this.
Okay, so like right here.
Yeah, but like the burns were like not like you're thinking like round burns. It was more of like not like burns that are like this. Right here.
Mm-hmm.
It was more of not necessarily burns, but like a little bit like skin, like it was like skin peeling, like in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so that was like on his left arm, his right arm.
It was on both arms because remember when I came in, I took the covers and like basically like got on top of both of, like on him and the fire.
Oh.
Like not like him pushing him on the fire, but like you know, like I was just trying to get the fire out.
Okay.
And he was like hanging off the side of the off the side of the
She acts like there was a giant fire, like this smoldering fire that the fire department had to come and put out. He's hanging over it and the fire's up and it burned his arms. And I wonder why she even is going there with him, because I don't see much about arm burns at all in the autopsy, but he does have a lot of defensive wounds. So keep that in mind. He defended the shit out of himself, guys, against her, and she just continued to stab 18 times, blunt force trauma to the head to the point where she broke his skull. And then for last measures, shot him with a 9mm on the top of the head. If that didn't work.
And he was still asleep?
No, he was like saying my name. Like he was alert, like what's going on, because he had just like woken up. Okay. Yeah. So he was not having a full conversation with me, but as in just like calling my name, and he's like, I'm so sorry. He kept saying he was sorry. He didn't mean to do it. Daddy's been grounded me for a year.
I'm sure he said that too.
Him thinking, oh my gosh, shoot. Like kind of like waking up being like,
ooh,
oh, shit, I just made a mistake. Like we would say in the mind of a kid.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that for me. Okay.
Right.
So the next day, you go to like you're trying to figure out how to get this carpet fixed, and you said that you had already you cut the carpet.
I cut the carpet.
Okay.
What did you idea.
I had Albert has like these tools that are like wood working tools, like chisels and I don't know the specific name of the ones, but they're like a little saw thing. And I just like took the carpet and did like this.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't necessarily saw it, but I just kind of was like, they're very sharp tools. He has a lot of woodworking tools and stuff in the garage. So I just took one of those things. That was how I handle it.
What color? You know, like
because I tried with the box cutter, but I couldn't. Like it wasn't like deep enough to like really pull whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I tried a couple times with a box cutter. It's like it kind of like started the process, but then I had to get like a stronger object or whatever.
Okay.
To do it.
Okay, sure.
Because instead she just hopped him up on her Vicodin or whatever. She killed him. I mean, this is all, that whole story is just a little side note of probably what happened and what may have kicked her off from going into a rage. I'm going to tell you that right now. Something prompted her to rage on Gannon the way that she did. That's a possibility. I don't know.
So you cut the carpet, and then you guys are gonna go try to figure out how to like get this fixed or whatever else. So you said that you went over to like where some new construction is. Do you remember? Can you tell me more about that?
I'm not familiar with the area. I mean, I could if you want me to drive you there.
No, I don't.
Like, or whatever.
Yes.
I don't know. Like we give you street names if that's what you're asking.
That's fine. But can you just describe it for me a little bit better?
Okay, so like the school. There's the school in the back, and so there's a bunch of new builds that are in the area right near the school.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember, like, when you went to the new builds and stuff like that, was it, like, the first house in or, like, 12 houses in? Or how far in did you have to go?
It was a couple, but I'd rather just go show you because you're going to quote me on me telling you an estimate of the number so I can give you an accurate description of which house it was.
Okay. Well, for now, let's go with what you kind of remember. Like, do you remember, did you have to drive far in there or just a short distance?
I don't know what you mean by like far in there.
Like into where the new builds are.
So they're all like, you just go around. It's like in loops.
Okay.
So I don't know what you're asking.
Okay.
He's playing dumb.
I mean, I could show you. I just don't know your terms of distance that you're asking me. Like,
Okay. Well, I guess like so. You're saying that they're like in a loop or whatever.
Yep.
No, the whole area is in like there's loops, there's streets, there's
my notes.
like different sections of the new build.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's like I can show you because you're gonna quote me on me giving you hand motions and things like that, and that's not fair to me. Being on a conversation, that's just not fair.
Okay.
And I'm sure if I had an attorney here, he would say we're gonna go show.
Hello, Yvonne. Welcome. Happy Friday. She's ridiculous. Don't quote me on it. She just jabbed for an hour and a half about nothing, and she doesn't want them to quote her on that. Maybe she ran out of her ADHD medication. I don't know.
Okay.
Giving you something that would be an estimate.
So you went to the new build.
Don't quote her, yeah.
And you found this guy and asked him about.
Yeah, his name was Eduardo.
Eduardo?
He said, or Eduardo. I don't know how to say the Spanish names right, but Eduardo.
She calls him Eduardo. Now, listen, there's only a couple more minutes left in this. I know a lot of you guys know everything about this. For the ones that do, some people didn't even know about this case until now. But this was cut into segments. Otherwise, it would have been like 3 or 4 hours. So we got a few more minutes left, and then we'll continue on this next week. Whatever days in between I can.
Okay.
Something like maybe I'm saying it wrong, but I heard Eduardo
with like a G.
Yeah.
Eduardo.
But it might be a J if it's Spanish. I'm not sure how they do it, but I'm not Spanish. But
I know.
Okay. Yeah. So he told you that was his name?
Yeah, he said Eduardo.
Okay.
Yeah. And so maybe about like 5'8", really skinny. He had on a tool belt. Had on like a sweater vest, like a cold weather vest. I think it was red. I don't really remember exactly, but he did have blue jeans on, and he had on the combat boots or whatever. I'm assuming in my mind that this was just
I don't
know. This was somebody who was he looked like he was like a legit worker. There was people, like on the houses. There was people working in different areas, so I didn't think it was that he was a legit, not necessarily a contractor, but someone that was going to be able to,
someone knowledgeable to be able to
help. Right. Okay. And I didn't explain to him what had happened. Like I didn't say, okay, this happened. I said we need a piece of carpet. You have the carpet that for this model of home.
Okay. And what did he say?
He said yes, and I was like, do you have the carpet? And I gave him like a hand reference of like the size that I would need, and he said yes, we have a roll for that. They have the I don't know if he said they had all of them have the same in these model homes or the same color. He was saying something along. I don't really know the definition of that, but some certain homes have the same exact.
No, this is very shortly after when they do find his body, and it's tentatively identify him because they didn't get the remains. It took a while to identify the remains, but they knew it was him by how he looked. So no, not yet. When they do, trust me, they will arrest her.
Thing and everything.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like might have the same floor in one, the same, because a lot of homes are the same every 5 houses or whatever.
Right. So like they have like 3 or 4 houses that they build over and over and over again.
Right.
Angel.
Okay. And they put the same finishings in them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was my assumption that I had taken from that.
Okay. And so he said that they had it, and then what happened next as far as like him having it?
So
do you need to get that?
No. It was I always check to make sure it's not my daughter.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm a worried mom. So he said he was going to bring the carpet and fix it, and I gave him the code to get into the garage.
Thank you for watching. The next part of this series should be right here for you. And
all right, so you guys can go if you're not tired of listening to her mouth. We need justice for Ganon. I'm going to present more of this as it continues until we get some sort of resolution, whether it's whether they go back to trial, whether they decide on some kind of plea. I don't know what's going to happen, but I really want people to know about this case. And so we're going to put some stuff out there, and it'll be over here. I don't know exactly what days. It depends what days, we're doing breaking news or other cases, but we will do this at least once a week. Remember, Leticia has been convicted. There's no allegedly in this case. The only reason this verdict was overturned was because of a mistake that the judge made. He signed off on one of the jurors being related to the 4th district attorney, somebody in the office. Yes, I will, guys. I got 5 days a week, and I will pick one at least to keep covering it. All right, happy Friday. Thank you guys so much. I don't want to leave her face on there. Let's say justice for Gannon. And on that note, I love you guys. Thank you so much. We got to the goal. I'll see you guys Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. If you received a membership, please thank whoever gifted those. Thank you. Have a good one. Good night. Come back, Tornado Grammy. We love you already.
Guilty of crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime.
Are you guilty?